go step back, take a breather, and recollect himself and be smarter as far as how he comes in. He's not throwing that jab anymore. Right. That's a great point. Speaking of being smart, he says that he's able to carry multiple game plans. Mic check. Mic check. That's what he feels is what separates him from his opponents. I'm telling you, it's right there. Is it too loud in the background? I feel like that's a little loud in the background. Hold on. Let me fix that. Okay, I think that sounds better. What's going on, y'all? What is going on?
That's what I'm drinking tonight. Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Terrence, what's up with you?
I'm good. I didn't even realize I had some of this liquor I got in here, boy.
All right, what are we on tonight?
I'm gonna get with this Crown Apple. I'm gonna enjoy myself.
It's a brand new bottle, huh?
This for my birthday, I think.
Probably the one I bought you.
Yeah. Wait, never go, man. All that liquor that came in here, I ain't had a chance to get to it.
I hear that. I'm about to open
Don't
a brand new
worry.
bottle myself, so we in the same boat.
The LSU game, we gonna have quite a selection up there.
I put what you're drinking in the chat. Let us know what you're drinking on.
How up?
And then we'll do a quick roll call.
Saturday
I gotta
night.
make sure I'm not working that Sunday. I mean, not this Sunday. Yeah, like that Saturday. I know I'm not working. The problem is I gotta check and see if I'm working that Sunday.
Like somebody work for. Oh, so that means you might not make the birthday dinner then. You and
Whose birthday?
Vanessa's doing a birthday dinner. I ain't
On,
sent out the invites yet.
that's on that Sunday.
I think we're gonna do it that Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure. Have a little birthday dinner. I do the whole coup through the mall. Is that the word? Did I say it right, baby? Coup through the mall? A coup through the mall? You know,
Let's see. Crown
set up.
Apple. Yes, Crown Royal, please
Hey,
sponsor this channel by all means.
please do.
Timmy said he owns some water tonight. Hey, I ain't mad at you. As hot as it is, man, drink all the water you can.
5 degrees.
You ever heard of that?
Yeah, man, they drinking out of here all the time. It's the beer with the
Oh, it's a beer. Okay. An unnamed sports drink.
box monster.
John can't never just come in and talk normal. He
He
always
been
got
with
to
the shits
start with
already, man.
already. That's what last night was for, but do you, John?
Boxing monster, you welcome to come by. If you don't go to the game, you already got all that. He said he got everything.
Apple juice and Henny.
He said he got his game tickets.
Yeah, he said he claimed he gonna be in New
Hey,
Orleans.
enjoy yourself, Playboy. Something change, you welcome to swing by. We'll all be here.
Jack and Coke.
Fell asleep.
Jerg stay on Jack. We'll see if Jerg shows up.
He said, well, he just had to make a quick little drive, right quick.
Bro, I didn't know Tommy Hearns was reffing.
Reffing what?
He's refereeing boxing now.
Tommy Hart? Wait.
Tommy the Hitman Hearns is a referee.
How, bro? He can barely speak.
Bro, I just saw him in the ring. I'm watching the Danny Garcia undercard right now.
And just
You drinking that barbecue? Seminole 954?
Haitian rum, Fireball. Yeah, I know he dropping off the family at the hotel.
Where you at?
Who me?
Nah, he say
Who Adam? Adam. He home. Well, Adam is in one or two places. He's either home or he's at the fire station.
that is true.
So you say you're gonna drink and be with the smoke. So what's the smoke?
Well, I mean, I'm just responding. That's all. I know everybody got something to say.
What you think about the CJ Hurd commitment video?
I loved it, man.
I did too.
I
And
loved it.
I don't even get excited about 2024 guys.
Yeah, I'm not excited because he committed. I'm
Right.
excited
I just
because
the troll job. The troll job was
you gotta
immaculate. What
love
do
it.
you want? Can you mute it? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
My
now I
bad.
hear you. Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
I was saying I love it because he definitely ain't going to Florida now.
No, the only
No
team
matter
I would
what, he
yeah, the only team that I'm obviously this is a whole nother year away. The one team I'd be worried about, of course, is Georgia. He's a Georgia kid.
yeah.
Um,
I mean,
he
we'll
has
see.
over 50 offers, so CJ Hurd isn't like some
Yeah.
nobody, and Georgia's not gonna go down without a fight, obviously. So,
You know what
and,
I
and
hate?
then he can commit to Georgia and still obviously still hate the Gators because that's their
Yeah.
second biggest rival. So,
You know what I hate though is like they list his offers. If you go and look at his offers, it's us, and then it's like Akron, Alabama. It's like all the alphabetical order when you look at it once they commit. So people use that as a troll thing sometimes, and it's so funny.
no, he had over 50 offers, and
Yeah,
he
dude's got
had
like Oregon,
yeah
like
he had all the big
everybody,
schools offer him,
Florida,
and he
obviously.
actually did two troll jobs. He released the top seven that did not include FSU.
Oh, word?
Yeah, he when his top seven that he released the 247 did not include FSU. So we weren't included in his top seven, and then he starts a video off with the Gator logo. That I thought that was again, he's already done turned into my favorite prospect of the class.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Sounds like a good job to me. I mean, from what I saw in his tape, he looks solid.
This season has to save Mike's ass. That 24 class ain't gonna be nothing if this season ain't nothing.
What I liked about her was his how he looked in coverage. That's what got me. Like when he locked into his own and
Mm-hmm.
tracked, man looked good. Kid looked good. He will. I think he will get that fifth star, bro. I think that kid might get a fifth star, man. Especially with size, the size that he bringing in.
What you think about Akeem, man?
Is it is it gonna happen?
Hakeem's gonna take his recruitment all the way to the end. So if you're expecting a commitment anytime soon, don't.
Yeah, I'm
He's
I'm playing it like
he's
how
taking that
everybody
thing
else
till
is.
National Signing Day. He already, from what I read, he said he's going to schedule an official visit against when we play Florida. So that kind of tells you how he's playing his recruitment. He's not in a rush. This thing is going to be drawn out.
I mean, it would be nice,
Yeah,
but
of
I'm not getting
course.
my hopes up.
Of course,
Like
it would be nice.
because who are we relying on to get that done again? Yeah, I don't know. If I gotta rely on Dugans to get that done, yeah. CJ Hurd ain't did nothing yet. He ain't saved nobody yet. He's in 2024.
Yeah, he ain't saved
Like,
nothing. Again, like I said, bro, I'm just a fan because the troll job. I have no idea if he sticks or that's a long time away. Go eat those over there.
I want to address something. It's probably been talked about
Go
already.
ahead. Go ahead.
So are we going? Who's the quarterback for this class though? Like, Like, are we
There's
gonna get
not
one?
one. I don't
Are
know.
we gonna get one?
Not at a high school, I don't think.
Is there a plan? There's no plan for anybody else in high school right now.
Well, I mean, you have to look at the high school recruiting. There's no one left. Not if you're talking about a 4-star or above. All of those quarterbacks have pretty much locked their recruitments. Now, obviously, anything can happen. No one signed a dotted line yet. But if you just look at the rankings, there's no one left. I know they had 2 3-stars from the 2023 class on campus today. So you can take from that what you will. Most likely, it's a transfer portal dude. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean,
The,
Ohio State can't keep them all. They they
well,
they they got five-star QBs there. Somebody want to transfer. Like, I mean, there's ways to contact these kids, and maybe maybe that needs to start being done.
can I ask you a question?
What's up?
The whatever quarter do you believe? Do you like our current AD?
I'm indifferent.
Okay, so you don't know yet. Do you believe that Mike Norvell has to show something this year?
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
mind you, I'm indifferent because I felt like the only thing that I've seen him do is get rid of the baseball coach, the kid, the
Got
whatchamacallit's son. Yeah, and I
yeah,
like that.
but he
That
did,
was cool. But
and he also hired maybe the top baseball coach in the country to replace him.
yeah,
So
I mean,
but the reason I'm asking this is because okay, so if Mike Norvell is kind of on the hot seat, we don't know. Is the 2020 is whatever quarterback was going to commit this class, barring like a legit 5-star guy who's going to play, is he even going to have an outcome on Mike Norvell's future? Because I'll be honest with you, Mike Norvell's future might probably relies on AJ Duffy. That's probably the quarterback that if Mike Norvell's going to be here long term, he's going to have to pan out.
so you're talking about AJ Duffy playing this year, then?
No, he's not going to play this year.
Okay, so how AJ Duffy doesn't have an impact because he needs to win this
Well,
year?
my personal belief is Mike doesn't get fired after this year unless it goes completely rock bottom. Only way he gets fired is if he wins 5 games again.
Somebody mentioned it.
I don't think we're
Are
winning
we not a
5.
Jordan Travis injury away from that?
I don't know. I
Because
am more
Tate ain't the dude. Damn,
whether or not.
what is our depth chart? It's AJ and Tate, and then
Let me ask you a question. Do we think our O line's better?
yes, definitively,
Way more better, right? I don't even know if that's a word. Way more
way
better.
more.
But regardless, it's better. Can you put a Tate Rodemaker or an AJ Duffy simple to offense down enough and run the football to some wins?
Against who?
Against Syracuse, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, Louisville. I mean, Boston College. Like this, yes, we have some tough games, but the entire schedule isn't
It
tough.
depends on if our defense improves as well. I think we had a solid defense a really good defense last year. We had holes, obviously, with people playing that shouldn't have been on the field. But I think if it improves, then yeah, we're there. Duffy didn't look like he was there. So far from what I've seen, heard, and seen from the clips I have seen from practice, Duffy ain't really caught on yet, and it's just early. So to be fair, um, but I mean, it's Jordan or bust at this point.
I think it's Jordan or bust for Mike Norvell probably in the long term. I don't necessarily. You're probably not wrong there because I think this season is super critical for Mike and recruiting and hiring new coaches, all those things. So you're probably right. I just think that AJ Duffy is either going to be the like the thing that definitively gets him fired, or he's kind of here for the long term?
Hmm. Yes, please. Um, he. I mean, well, I'm. It's a catch-22 for me. I would like him gone, but I also would like to see my team win. So, and I want to see Jordan Travis do well as well. So, I mean, it's gonna come with Jordan Travis succeeding and my team doing well. It's gonna come with Mike Norvell keeping his job. Um, Actually, Matthew Ross, I like that. It is the O line or bust. The O line needs to be who we think they are in order for Jordan to really step it up and for us as a team to be able to, compete. Maybe win 8, 9 games in a good scenario. We win in 9 games this year, and that's with the O line really stepping up and us being able to run the ball well and a couple timely throws by Jordan Travis here and there. I can see 9 wins happening.
You want to answer this question?
What?
I don't know if
Really?
I think he's specifically talking about. Obviously, he's specifically talking about our offensive coordinator. I mean, I feel like this is an easy answer, but I was just wondering if you wanted to answer it.
Because that's not what you're paying for. You paying other people to recruit wide receivers and QBs. He's involved in it to some extent, but you're paying other people to do it. Like
Okay, here's the easy answer.
like
This is his first year as an offensive coordinator. The man spent the previous couple years developing relationships with offensive linemen because that was his job. So he's gonna have to develop those relationships with wide receivers and quarterbacks before we start talking about recruiting them.
it's
One man can't recruit the whole. You're asking Alex Atkins to recruit the whole offense. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. He got to recruit the O line, the skill position guys, and the quarterback. That's wild.
it gotta be some quarterback out there that knows about Coach Atkins though.
Yeah,
And
but
don't these linemen block?
But he's
for one
not
of
going to coach the quarterback. So, like,
True.
yeah, you can recruit him, but you're not going to be my coach.
So why are you in my house?
Like
what about the guy that's supposed to be coaching me?
Well, I bet we beat y'all again. What are we making excuses about this time?
Well, we gonna blame Atkins for us not having a QB now?
I don't know.
Why the head coach can't
No
recruit
idea,
the quarterback and wide receivers? Why our head coach can't do it? Who is the last person Mike got involved and landed?
I mean, ultimately you have to give the head coach the credit for landing all the guys that you currently have committed. Because I believe head coaches are the closers, like, period.
You really think Mike closed on these kids Atkins got?
I think the
made a visit.
The Lucas Simmons kid specifically shouted out Mike and said Mike was the main reason he came. I mean, that was his words.
Okay.
Whether that's tongue in cheek and he just giving his head coach credit, or obviously I can, but those were his words. So I believe ultimately you got to give the head coach credit for who you get and who you don't get.
This is true.
Where'd you go? You turned your camera off?
I'm trying to eat a little bit, man.
Okay, gotcha.
I ate all day. If I drink this, it's gonna be a problem. But I mean, you go with. I mean, at the end of the day, he has to do something. So at this point, you got to get in the portal.
Yeah.
When once everything settles and everybody's signed, he got to be all up in the portal. Don't know why it didn't really happen this year, but hey.
Who is Chris Sims? If I think I know who you mean.
Oh, he's
but
talking about.
I think I know who he means, but
Hey, man, I'm just saying that's a smart guy. I like. Is he drinking barbecue too? I like this guy.
yeah, both of you guys sleep. Jeff Sims might be the worst quarterback in the ACC. But yeah, we should have took him. Sure.
At least he'll be still be on the roster.
Don't matter if they both suck.
He better than Tay Rodemaker.
At least he's playing football, throwing 13 interceptions and 9 touchdowns or whatever he's doing. I guess he's better than Tate. You're right. Do I want Tate out there doing that? I'd rather have Tate throwing the clipboard. This man right here drunk. What you drinking on?
All right, now come on now.
What you drinking on?
We will not
right
be
here
talking about Jordan Travis like that.
That boy drunk, and I'm not even a big Jordan Travis fan, even though I think he's getting better. But that man drunk.
Jordan Travis for Heisman.
Right. Jeff better than Travis, but Travis beat y'all boys. Woo. How does that make y'all look? Let me guess, y'all gonna blame Manny Diaz again.
Manny fault.
The same Manny y'all was praising this time last year.
But now they got what
Yeah,
Jesus? What we calling them?
You got Cuban Jesus down there now.
Cuban Jesus.
Go tell Drea.
You know what? That's a funny thing. Jordan Travis can come back next year, can't he?
Yeah. And his ACC media day, he said this was his last year, though. Like, he said that, which I find interesting.
That's a recruiting thing.
I think Purdy would have did better than Milton, which is ultimately the reason why Purdy ended up leaving. If you remember that NC State game when Travis was sick and Milton got the nod, and Purdy then hit the portal soon after that.
And the boy looked shook out there.
Mario running the state ain't coached the game, man.
Yeah,
I'm
not
even doing it. Career 500 coach in an inferior division is going to lead UM to their first ACC championship in Cuban Jesus' toughest division. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Jordan Travis, a.k.a. Chris Winkie.
Hey, let's go Heisman. Heisman Trophy winner, Jordan Travis. I can't wait to see it. I don't want to hear nothing when he went us.
It's funny, y'all. No. A lot of y'all Miami fans in here tonight. Where was y'all last night when I had the open mic and I had the link in the chat and was willing to let y'all come on and talk? Now y'all
don't want to show
their
face.
Now they want to come in here and talk. Now they want to come in here, run their mouth.
They don't want to show their face.
Like, I ain't seen Maiden Date in months. What's going on with you? Hurricane Millie ain't seen in a couple months. Looking at the comments and FG program in shambles, but y'all got jokes. We beat y'all, right? Did we?
Whoop y'all ass.
Where's the last? Who's got the winning streak?
Run the tape. Run the tape.
I mean, what are we talking about?
Let's run the tape. Let's look at the tape. Central Texas came.
We talking about whatever for right now. I just wanted to get some of Terrence's thoughts on some of what's going on, really.
I mean, if you give me some specifics, I can knock it down. I'll tell you what. I mean, like I said, I'm trying to stay as even keel about this season coming into this season as possible. Of course, the Kane fan want to bring up JSU because they didn't win,
and y'all lost to the team that lost to JSU. So shut that shit up.
When y'all lined up, Jermaine Johnson came and whooped y'all ass. Jermaine Johnson came in and dominated. And they always say, well, if y'all didn't have that one player, but it's always that one player that whoop y'all ass. That's worse. That's worse. You get your ass whooped by one player consistently. Before Jermaine Johnson, Dalvin Cook was whooping y'all ass. Before Dalvin, it was
We ain't gotta run the
Freeman.
FIU tape. Just run our tape. Like, you ain't gotta go forget FIU. You ain't gotta run that tape. Just run last year's tape. At least we know it was Jermaine and not anyone else. Okay, so Jermaine, how many touchdowns Jermaine had in that game since it was nobody else?
Didn't he get one though?
No, he didn't. He
Who
got
was
one
that
against
strip
Clemson.
fumble? Clemson, okay.
He got one against Clemson.
Should have won that game.
That's
too.
the game he should have single-handedly won. That one.
But it be like that.
Here we go. Now we about to start going into the vault, and now we done turned into the
History
history
channel.
Yeah, thank you. We done turned into the history channel.
Let's go.
Let's go to the all-time series. So let me guess. Y'all want to go back 30 years? You don't want to go back the last 20, 15, 10? What do we really want to do? Because that's exactly what it starts boiling down with the Miami fans.
Ain't won shit since 2001. I think everybody's really looking forward to the start of the season, man.
Of course.
Everybody's really looking forward to that.
This is always that time of the year that everybody's antsy, everybody's
talking a little bit more extra shit.
Yeah, optimistic because ain't nobody played the game yet, so everybody think they got something. Seminole say, so that a soft O-line Miami had wasn't the reason we won. Y'all look soft. Sorry. Only reason y'all came close was because Brownlee was a weak link. Ooh.
Damn.
Don't talk about Brownlee. Some of these guys still like Brownlee around here.
I mean, didn't he get toasted a lot, though? That game, he did get toasted, right? Or was that?
Bro, that game isn't even 12 months old. Boy, you going down bad, New King, right now. Last time
we played, bro.
Right. Last time I checked, you allowed to talk about the last time you played. Y'all bastards talked about 52-10 for a whole year. Y'all going down bad. Y'all go focus on Mario and recruiting and y'all winning the off-season championships. Remember, these games got to be played.
Another off-season championship. I love it. The U is back again. Ain't that what y'all be saying? You're back again for like the 30th time. In the past 20 years, y'all been back 20 times.
I've been saying that about Malik. Through the first 3 days, they say Malik's been the best receiver on, out there.
We need that though.
Absolutely need that.
And the question is Juerg gonna give him the ball?
I think so. I'm not worried about him giving the ball. I'm worried about is he going to be able to? Is he willing to know when to scramble and when not to? I think that's going to be his growth.
True. We can't keep, I don't know if running him as much as we did in the past. Those design runs, I don't even know if we need all of those. Because other parties keep him on the field too.
Say it again.
The other parties keeping him on the field.
Yeah.
So
even though last year, man, like we talk about injuries. He was not injured last year. What game did he miss the injury last year? He missed one game because of the flu. And he missed about a half because of that shoulder, and that was the last game of the year. Those are the games. He missed is because they chose Milton over him. And almost against Wake Forest, they had a package where they put Jordan Travis and Milton on the field at the same time.
I don't know what the hell that was.
They did the same thing, obviously, against JSU.
You know what the hell they was thinking?
Louisville. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Jordan Travis get in the game against Louisville as well? That might be the only other game I think he might have missed. I don't quite remember what happened with the Louisville. So we talk a lot about injuries, but Last year wasn't about injuries. It was about mismanaging the quarterback position. They don't know how they're better than us right now. They got the same players from last year. Matter of fact, they lost their best receiver. They have no idea who their best receiver is. Rambo is the only thing really keeping them in that game last year in the second half. They got the same O-line, same D-line, same secondary. That's food for everybody. No linebackers still. The best unit on that whole team is running back.
And is it really that good?
It's solid.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but whatever. Oh boy. There we go. Had to get some sustenance. Okay, man, they went through like six different OCs that was supposed to be coming through.
You talking about?
They talking about how Gaddis or Gaddis, whatever his name is, was it
Oh, I'm behind
Mario
on the
first
comments.
pick? Well, you put it up there.
Did I?
I mean, it's up there.
Oh, you reading that comment? I thought you was. He said I'm capping. No, I'm telling the truth. Y'all got same secondary, right or wrong. Who are they? Who's same secondary, right or wrong?
I'll take ours over them.
Okay. Still ain't got no linebackers, right or wrong.
We're
Unless
better
you
there.
you think that dude from UCLA is any good? I hope you're not banking on that linebacker y'all took from UCLA. I really hope that's not what you banking on, Mark. You think, or you think a D lineman from West Virginia finna save the day for y'all? Where's the cap, man? Who's your pass rushers? Where's the cap?
They don't have them.
Same old line, right? Right or wrong? Okay.
Same guys.
You don't know who your number one receiver is, do you? Okay. I just tell it like it is.
Jerg versus playing D3 ball. That's what he played. D3 ball.
Who?
Jerg versus.
He played at Albany. I don't know. That's not D3, but okay. I didn't even mention Jared Verse. That's crazy. I didn't even mention Jared Verse.
That's a grown man, by the way.
Yeah, by the way.
that's
By
a
the
grown
way, but I didn't
motherfucking man.
even mention him.
You really want to say Jerg verse ain't him? But okay, we can see about that. I want to see how that.
You telling me I don't know nothing? Who you got? Name your secondary right now.
You got a chance to say who.
Name your secondary. Same kids that started last year, but name them. Name your linebacking core.
They keep saying wrong. They're not saying anybody.
They keep saying wrong, but they ain't giving me nothing.
I mean, just Google it down. You on the internet right now. You got access to the internet.
They got a D-tagger from Maryland and a D-tagger from West Virginia, and they think that D-line is all of a sudden
both of them was
fixed.
trash.
Thank you. And they think that D-line all of a sudden
That's what James Williams for real, though. James Williams is for real. But y'all don't know how to use him.
And Sam Howell ran him over next.
Damn.
Am I lying?
You know what? I forgot about that.
I'm not lying. I'm just, nothing but facts.
You did that shit to me.
Again, I didn't mention that. That's how I know y'all scared of Verse. I never mentioned Jared Verse. Jared Verse never came out of my mouth. Y'all started talking about Jared Verse. Bro, those are the same guys y'all started last year.
It's the same guys that got roasted last year.
Thank you. Kitchens got roasted by Ja'Kai Douglas. Williams taking bad angles all year. Stevens mid. Bro, that is the same guys. What are you talking about? Like I said, the same DBs from last year. Next.
Whole bunch of mid. They better coach at every position, apparently.
That's what they blamed last year. They blamed everything on the coach.
So the coaching improves, which is why y'all better at every position now.
Mm-hmm. That's their logic. I didn't even talk about the coach. I just asked who you got. Who'd you add to the team is all I asked. Did I stutter? What's up, prime time? Y'all should have been in here last night, man. I had the open mic, but here we are. It's okay. Y'all in here tonight.
They want to talk all this shit. Don't really have answers.
Okay. Hold on. I just noticed Jerg was messaging.
Yeah.
How this man got all his money and got
He cheap.
laptop.
He cheap. He got all that money and he spent it on IPA beer and rum. He spent it on IPA beer, rum, and flag football pizza parties. So now it's Diaz play. Well, it's Diaz players. So these Diaz players is gonna get better though. Timmy, I forgot Timmy is but Diaz players are now better. That's what I want to know.
That's when you know they don't have nothing else for you.
Put
now
money
they want
on the game.
Put money on the game. Why would I bet a person on the internet that I've never seen in life? Because if I don't get my money, now we gotta fight. Except I'm never gonna see you. I don't know where you live at. Man, come on.
Now we gotta throw hands. Now I got to cut you.
Now I gotta cut you.
Nah, I just saw Jerg.
Yeah, we acting up. We waiting for you.
Hey, man.
Miami fans in here looking for you. You're supposed to be here to defend them.
You know.
We in here acting a fool.
You supposed to be in here defending Cuban Jesus.
And we can do that, but I leave next week, man. I gotta go to school in Kentucky, but we can definitely do that one day.
Kentucky. Block. Well, so what was the point? Don't get your money blocked. What was the point of it then?
If I don't get my money, block you, then what is that? No, I want my money. Like, no, that's not a good trade-off. No. I'm done talking, put the money up. See, no, that's not how this works. Thank you, Morgan. Blocking you ain't the point, rocks, bro. Man.
Like, you done talking, kick rocks. Like,
I'm with you. I said that before, Panama. I'm with you. I don't get too excited about 2024 guys. But
everybody loves you.
Everybody loves the troll job, though.
It was amazing, immaculate. 10 out of 10.
What's up, Peter?
10 out of 10 on the troll job.
Look at Jerg.
Same guy who does Clemson. Who does Clemson?
I'm talking about COVID year. Hold on.
I gotta give me one of the mics.
Yeah, the mic's pretty dope.
You can just tap it and mute.
Yeah.
Stop. I like that shit.
Yeah.
I like that shit. I give you one of them. So Jerg, I guess you ain't coming, bro. What?
I mean, he can still get up. When you go get me, go look in the freezer, get me the ice.
Hey, come pick up this laptop. I got a laptop for you.
It's in the
bro.
red. Yeah, I'll bring me that.
I know this man got like several computers in there.
He got to have more than one.
He got
one sorry ass laptop. Man, he got two.
Goddamn house. I do not believe it.
Man got a 32 bedroom house, but ain't got. But
They got acres and stuff.
Come on, man.
6,000 square
Live in a
feet.
gated community and
In
got one
Little
laptop.
L. In Little
Come on, man. Better get on here on that iPhone 13 you got.
Yeah, that'll work. Put your little AirPods in. You good to go. Lean it up against against the laptop. It'll. I did not hop
Same
on
players
my
that
phone
beat
before.
y'all is the point. That's just the point. Same players that beat y'all. Same
I
players.
mean, that makes a lot of sense. Y'all
Same.
got the same players. We got the same players. We won last time.
It ain't hard math. 1 + 1 = 2.
Like,
That's all I'm saying.
and
Notice how
then here come.
none of them still answered the question about who they added that was worth a damn because they know.
Now, they gonna say, well, y'all ain't got Jermaine Cold World Johnson no more. It's a cold world. Cold world. I mean, Jerg.
I think he better commit, Tim. I think if he leaves Tallahassee without committing, I think they drop the ball. He better commit. The good news that I heard was that his family's actually moving to Florida. So that's a positive sign. But you can't let him leave campus after being on campus for 4 or 5 days and not get that commit out of him.
I mean, ain't nowhere else for them to go. Maybe all that to me, and I'm just gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it means he's going to an East Coast team if his family's moving to Florida. At minimum.
Well, the only schools that he's considering is UCLA, Oregon,
Yeah,
and us.
Oregon and us. So I mean,
No, I only needed one, but thank you. Go put that one back, please.
yeah. Matter of fact, I don't even think anybody else on the East Coast offered him. Boston College.
I'm not sure. I would have to look at his offer list.
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay.
Boston College is the only other team on the East Coast that offered him.
Okay, so yeah, makes sense.
So it's highly likely.
That's the only thing that, like, let's say he doesn't commit this weekend. It's the only thing that'll keep me optimistic is that the word is his family's still moving to Florida. But
People can move.
I would really like you to seal that commitment up. Like, let's lock this one down.
People move every day, B. Like,
I
so
hear you.
like
I hear you. Who is Mesidor? I'll Google him.
What?
I don't know who he is. I'm finna Google him though.
Who? Liechtenstein.
I have no.
Ain't that the doctor?
Mesidor.
From that TV show.
Oh, the West Virginia defensive lineman. I mean, he's average, bro.
My thing is, y'all sit here and y'all want to call Verse a D3 guy.
Bro, he had 24 solo tackles, 38 total tackles, 4.5 sacks. That's it.
Mid.
That's it.
My thing is
no forced fumbles.
It's a reason why more schools were going after Verse than that kid.
Like, what are we talking about? Y'all acting like, what is he? He's average.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you talking about, Marcus. I remember that kid.
What's his measurables? For some reason, ESPN don't show his measurables.
Nah, Miami don't ever. He wasn't fake, Marcus Lewis. That's their excuse. If Miami don't get somebody, he wasn't really a take.
Who's Liechtenstein?
He was a USC kid, the white boy.
What position he play?
D-line. He a big boy.
D tackle, D end?
I think he kind of slides.
Okay, Moultrie. Who's him? Okay, let's Google him. At least Terrence knew who the one guy who you were talking about.
I remembered him when it all happened. I think we even spoke about him. I asked Jerg about him.
Moultrie. I'll go UM. Antonio Moultrie. Oh, he played at UAB. Okay. So what was his UAB stats? Let's see. We want to talk about Verse playing at Albany, but you bring up a guy that played at ULB. Okay,
UAB.
cool. I'm gonna bring up his stats though.
I mean, we know y'all went in the portal, bro, but everybody
You
goes in the
added a
portal.
bunch of mid in the portal. Is the point?
Like
bunch of garbage. All right.
And then at the same time, they talking about the players that we took that was playing for their coach. The players that came in, like we got kids that was playing for their coach, and they want to say that those guys are trash or whatever.
You ready for these stats from the great Moultrie? You ready?
What's up? What we got?
All right. 19 solo tackles, 36 assists. So 55 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss. I don't even see no sacks on here.
They don't count sacks at UAB.
Ain't that a bitch?
They don't count sacks at UAB.
Okay.
Nobody said do. Look, this guy. Do spam was 5-star. Okay, that's what we
Who said that?
He said he being obnoxious.
Okay, let me catch up in the chat. UAB ain't Albany. It ain't much better. What is UAB then? UAB 3-4 years ago didn't even have a football program anymore. So what is UAB? It ain't much more than Albany. That's how you know they know our guys more than we know their guys. I never even mentioned Deuce Span.
At all. It's 3 other receivers we have mentioned before
I haven't even mentioned Deuce Span.
It's 3 other guys I'd have mentioned before Deuce Span.
But Mark knows who Deuce Span is.
Thank you.
Nobody, thank you. Nobody has said anything about our transfers. They've brought up Verse. They've brought up Deuce. Let's see who they bring up next. TAMU was going to Spain.
UAB almost lost their football team. How are they a better program, bro?
Do your research. Do your research about UAB.
I'm gonna drop.
Tell me to do my
research. Drop a link for him.
Who, Jerg?
Huh? Nah.
Oh. Do your research on UAB. You still ain't named the linebacker. I asked who'd y'all bring in that linebacker that was worth a damn. UAB Miami. Johnny Wilson. He done brought. That's the next. Mark knows all our transfers, bro. He know every transfer we got. The only transfer of y'all that I don't know any transfers from y'all.
Liechtenstein.
You knew him. I didn't even know him.
There you go. I dropped the link in now.
About
go ahead, read
football?
Up.
He don't want to read it. Remember, I need to do my research.
You read up on UAB football.
I need to do my research.
They went to their little bowl game. Was like, yeah, we just gonna fold it up.
Thank you. You'll be 2 Gatorades away from FCS.
They still thanking us for beating them.
So is Jerg coming on here?
He say he got something figured out. He working it out.
Bro, they acting like UAB is the truth, Brandon.
UAB football program was gone.
Boy says UAB light years better than Albany.
They was out of here.
Barely.
We was gonna fold, bro. UAB was about to fold about 7 years ago, bro. I don't care.
That's right, Ladson. Ladson's the only guy that I remember. Yeah, Marcus Lewis is right. I know they got Ladson from Clemson. And he ain't even number one wide receiver in that room.
They gonna say that's a good thing.
Appreciate you, William, with the $5 super sticker, my man. Let's see who you want. I'm gonna give you that.
Get more money, get more money.
Split in. The block and the rock.
New King, I got something for you, homie. You've been talking too much.
This guy.
Shut that up. I want to hear that shit. I got something for you, big dog.
Hey, shut that shit up. I want to hear that shit. Hey, that shit is clutch.
Maybe Jerg will bring some balance in
Shout
here.
out to Stead. Shout out to Stead.
Where's Stead at?
No, I'm just saying for
clipping that. Shout out to Stead for clipping that.
Oh man, I think I was out and about. I wasn't even worried about that game. I think I was out with my girl somewhere, and then I saw the score, and she's like, "Well, what's wrong?"
Bro,
Well, she said, it looked like somebody died.
That's how I'm looking at it. If you go watch that video, me watching that play, it looked like
I went back and watched it.
Bro. It's a
sad
moment.
I was like, I don't know what's going on. She said it looked like somebody died. Like I just got some bad news. Oh man.
Sad moment.
I don't think I've had a moment worse than that.
No, not as my time being a Florida State fan. No,
because it's because it's such a low.
No, never.
It's such a low. I mean, it was. We had the 2 games we lost by block field goals, return. We've had, when we got washed by Oregon, like all that stuff, But that,
that was.
I didn't watch it, and I just looked at the score, and it switched back and forth a couple times on ESPN. You know how ESPN messes up, and it does that little glitch. And I was looking, I was like, what is going on?
All right, Millie, got something for you too. Shut that up. I want to hear that shit.
So my thing is, y'all didn't want Jerry verse.
Sad part, the sad part is we didn't even bring up Jared verse. But right, y'all didn't want Jerg.
Y'all didn't want Jerg verse. Y'all weren't going after Jerg verse. I just maybe I'm misremembering.
Oh, everybody was going after Jerg verse. Texas, Miami, us,
LSU.
Everybody was going after verse.
Central Where Texas, am I from? I'm from Pompano Beach, Florida, and I now reside in Arlington, Texas. I'm from Cayuse City. Who didn't know? He said we didn't even know who he was at the moment. What?
I think he's saying they didn't know that they were after him. I think. Oh no, Millie said. Oh, Millie, stop lying.
Come on, man.
You didn't know who he was, but now all of a sudden you know who he
Everybody
is.
in the
Shut that up. I want to hear that shit.
Everybody knew who he was.
That did hurt. That did hurt. That did hurt.
That's why I was saying that block. That block was like
right, that one.
What?
I remember turning my phone off right after that block.
I was like, what is going on right now? And I just watched it. And then we had a chance to tackle him. A couple chances. It was terrible. So y'all, he really believed that Miami wasn't after him?
33 tackles put who on the radar? He's still talking about Verse. Verse also added 10 sacks to that. I think that's who he's talking about. I don't know who he's talking about. Now nobody knows who Verse was. But that was the first person y'all mentioned when y'all started talking about transfers. But now all of a sudden y'all don't know who he was.
They didn't want Dalvin. They got the guy. They
Watch
didn't
it
want
out.
Dalvin. They got the guy they wanted.
Remember that?
They
I
had the
remember
better
that.
back.
They wanted Yearby. They thought he was better than Dalvin. I remember that.
Even when it came to when we ended up with God dog it.
I guess Jerg
I'm just
said
drawing a
bump
blank.
it. He ain't doing it.
He on punishment.
They naming all the transfers that they claim they didn't know who they were at the time. But now they naming all of them in the chat.
They know him now.
They know him now all of a
They
sudden.
know everybody.
They didn't play any games. But man, I'm kind of I don't know. I don't want to say if I'm disappointed, but I feel like I expected more fireworks from this Saturday recruiting event. I feel like I just expected a couple more commitments.
I was told we had 2023 commits coming through.
That's what I heard. I heard we had at least 2.
I heard 2 was coming. Nicholson should have been 1.
But at this point, there's been nothing, man.
Like
Maybe I don't know if they're waiting for Sunday or I mean it's only 9:30. I know these things usually go kind of late.
Who is LSU's QB? It doesn't matter. Let me go to my other laptop. Garrett Deuce.
Yeah, he sent out a bat. He sent out the bat signal, bro, and I ain't seen nothing since he sent out the bat signal. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let's see if he says it's a good day for UF. Was it? Did you see the CJ Hurd commitment, bro? Yeah, we still going. We here.
Hey, is Jaden Daniels their QB?
Yeah, he transferred there, but there's talks that he might not start though.
Garrett Newsomeyer, Miles Brennan.
I think Brennan is the guy that I think that I'm hearing that might get the nod.
Whatever.
I'm not saying he's wrong. Like I said, he put out the bat signal. When you put out the bat signal, I'm anxious now. You know, I'm ready.
He makes the edit, but he can make an edit.
So you know they got an edit
comment
team that makes those.
Delete comment. Oh, okay. He talking about we still going. No goddamn well.
No, damn well we still going.
We be out here 3 hours. y'all still going, y'all? No goddamn well.
The bat signal. Yeah, you know who CJ Hurd is. Don't play. But shout out to Florida. They did get a good wide receiver. And I think they got that DB that just committed from Ohio State. I think I saw Whitfong crystal ball him to y'all. So Billy ain't as dead on the trail as some people thought.
He dead. He get his ass whooped. Like Billy, no. Stay away from the lockers, Billy. See, my thing is, you want to see it happen. You want to see those commits come in, like, while they on campus, right then, like, when all the excitement going on.
Well, some of them aren't going to leave till, like, tomorrow anyway, so I get it. I get it. Are we getting a QB for 2023? We kind of touched on that already, Peter. I don't think so. I think portal, but I don't think you're going to get a high school kid.
There's a lot of guys that's going to hit the portal.
Oh, no, I watched them. They were little one-on-ones, and Falk and Simmons went one-on-one. Falk went one-on-one with Kearney, too. All 3 of them boys are massive young men. Big boys. I do not, because to me, Trayshawn Ward's still the best runner on the roster.
And so Philly going for about 700.
Ooh, I think Philly might have some total yardage, but I think
So if Philly
Philly,
get 1,000 total.
I think Philly gonna be in the mix too. That doesn't mean that Benson ain't good. I just if you look at
So use another fucking screen, bro.
what do you say? Yeah, it was essentially stuck. Updating screen was blacked out, making progress. Hopefully in 5.
I'm gonna send him a I'm gonna send him a laptop. I gotta go up that way anyway. I'm gonna drop a laptop off at his house. I don't want to hear this shit.
This Negro.
I know he got like 10 of them. It must be his porn laptop. That's what it is. He talked about he only opened it to kick it with us and probably for porn too. So now he done got all them viruses on there.
Well, that QB we got committed for the 24 class probably ends up a 4-star anyway. So
Who is that?
I guess you mean for this class we'll get a 4-star. The thing, like I said before, I don't think there's any quarterbacks left. What's up, Brandy Franklin?
Toa Feely is
Running back by committee is the point.
Toa Feely is that man. He is him.
FSU fans,
Ain't that what y'all young people saying
even
now?
a Miami fan saying that. FSU fans are definitely sleeping on LT.
Ain't that what the young kids saying now? He is him. Or,
Konaki has fell off, bro. This man getting beat up out here at Boxing Monster. If we get 8 wins, we'll flip somebody. We'll see. People do seem high on him, Tyler.
I'm not. Ain't it supposed to be ain't my boy the Black Beast fighting tonight?
Yeah. I don't really
That's
watch
always fun to watch.
UFC like that, but I think he is fighting.
It's always fun to watch him though. You know somebody get knocked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. From the chip bag. Oh. Okay.
You watch his fights, you know somebody getting knocked out. Put that on my phone.
Norvell got to start dropping the bag. I saw Trey live in the spring game. He looked the best by far. Trey Benson looks the part. Like, you're not going to get me to say anything differently.
But we got guys on the team that's.
But I've only seen a
nice.
spring practice of him. I think y'all sleep on the way that boy Trayshawn Ward runs the football. Go watch the way that man runs the football. Talk about just natural runner. Go ask Dre to get you some more.
Wait, what did he say?
He said get the chips from the chip bag.
What did you say, nigga?
UFC is for casuals.
Bro, shut the fuck up. I'm going to pull up on him, man.
Got to pull up on his ass one of these days, man. I think we can have a good season with J Trav leaving. We'll flip with someone's quarterback. Go ask Dre to get you some more chips.
I think we get a transfer to come in to push Duffy.
Boy,
yeah, he did get bigger.
I would never dress my son in garbage. No, I'm not sleeping on Rodney, but Rodney, he's not going to play year 1.
To do what? What is he supposed to do?
Yeah, he's not going to play year 1.
This boy.
Jerg ain't never going to pop up, man.
Yeah, I don't know what he got going on, man.
Man just be making excuses. What you think, though, man? You ready for this college football season, man?
I think it's gonna be a great season, man. I think I'm really interested to see what happens at USC. I think we know something almost year 1.
I knew that's something I wanted to talk about. Did you hear Brett Venables and what he had to say about commits?
The fuck? Yeah, I mean, I'm like, I get what he's trying to say, but it's just
I don't. Because here's my issue: you telling kids that to commit and then shut it down. Fine. Let me ask you something. My problem with it is he used marriage as a analogy, I guess, for this, saying once I commit, I'm committed, like a marriage. Let me
Yeah.
ask Brett Venables this: are you still recruiting kids that's committed to other schools?
Hey,
Because if you know they're committed, you should not be trying to lure them away. I mean that,
they
right?
married.
Right? If they're married to another school, then that's against all your morals and your ethics. These coaches are funny, man. It doesn't surprise me that he would say something like that. He's out of the Dabo Sweeney clown tree.
Yeah, just
So
like Dabo.
yeah,
Dabo's Samari Collier. What we talking about with that?
I have no idea.
Who for that? Yo, whose picture is that? What the fuck? Like I don't know what's going on. I didn't know what that was. He is a dual threat quarterback out of Illinois.
He's just talking too much. Somebody said he's in an open marriage. Well, if he's in an open marriage, then the kids committed to him should be fully allowed to go out and be in an open marriage as well.
They swingers. Hey,
What you
so
want to answer this one, Terrence? Because I think I've answered this one enough.
um, I mean, just tell him, man. It's like we know. Well, I think the two transfers end up starting,
I mean, they brought in a total of
right?
what, 4 transfers.
Well, we know which one. What's the boys' names?
So
Center.
they brought in Caden Lyles from Wisconsin.
Lyle starts
They brought in Bless Harris from
and
Lamar.
Bless starts.
They brought in Turntine from South Carolina.
No, he's just deaf.
And then they brought in Dimitri Emmanuel from Charlotte. And I
Deaf.
think he starts.
You think he starts?
Yeah, because
So we start 3?
I don't think they have a I don't think they have a right guard.
So you
Like
think he takes the
who would
right?
you put at right guard? Take the transfer out of it. Take Dimitri Emmanuel out of it. Who's your starting right guard? Exactly. You don't really have one.
No, we got one. What's his name?
Well, you have one. My point is, do you want to start him right now? Like arguably they could put Darius Washington at guard if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be a like. I feel like there are people you can slide around. Like I feel like we have the depth to slide around. Like I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't believe it. I'll believe it if I see it, but there's no way. What did Jerg say? He said, "Give me a second to settle in." Okay.
He's trying, guys. He's trying.
He's trying. I don't know what he.
We'd appreciate his input here, but everything in due time.
See, Gabriel said he put Washington at guard. You still got Schrader. You still got Estes. That's not even counting the freshmen.
Non-factor.
I just don't believe. I don't believe Maurice Smith starts. I don't believe he starts.
What's Scott doing? So Scott,
Maurice Smith entered fall camp at 280 something,
288.
and he probably loses 10 pounds just in working out in this freaking Tallahassee sun. So that means he's back to where he's been, 270.
So what is it again? What's our starting line?
So no,
From left tackle to right tackle.
Starting.
Where
so
we
left tackle, you got Robert Scott, Dylan Gibbons. Those two guys are pretty much locked. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Caden Lyles is your starter. Some people are still saying Maurice Smith. It's Caden Lyles for me. I think right guard and right tackle could. I think Dimitri Emmanuel solidifies right guard, but I think right tackle can be a battle between Bless Harris and Turntine.
I think Bless gets that.
My brain says Bless. Jerg, you said give you a minute in the studio, so either give me a thumbs up if you're ready now, or if you're still getting stuff. I'll wait.
He in the studio?
He said in the chat, give him a minute to get stuff ready. So just give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
All right. He'll be in the studio when it's time.
Okay, he say we good. Hold on.
Armella starts. What?
No, Armella doesn't start.
At what? I would not like to. I would not like to see that at all. I
There
do
go
not
that
want
bald head
Hey
bastard.
man, in his fourth guest room.
How you got all them rooms and one laptop in the whole house?
Bro, I got what?
Come on, man.
I actually got 4 laptops. I got 4 laptops. 2 for business. 2 for business. I can't touch them.
Man, I use both of my business laptops. They'll be all right.
Hey, man. Y'all was talking real crazy in here earlier.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, blame your Miami fans, man. No, blame the Miami fans. We had to defend ourselves.
Did you read what they were saying?
All I'm saying, y'all not gonna disrespect my Lord and Savior. You know what I'm saying? Like the Sabbath is right around.
At least you admitting it, though. At least you admitting it.
Cuban Jesus.
The boys entered the Church of Mario.
I'm gonna get a rosary with Mario face on it.
Yo,
I'm gonna bring those back. Them all winning
when
roses.
your birthday again?
August 26th. Go ahead and run that. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you, y'all talk about Armella. Adongbe, I'm not tipsy yet, actually.
Not yet.
I got a bottle, Terrence, of
what you got on? What you sipping?
Well, this is the 25-year Florida Kanye right now.
Oh.
But I got the Uncle Nearest. I picked up Uncle Nearest on a whim the other day. That was pretty good. It's some good stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I dropped that in here one time. Didn't I? I think I had it in here one time. I think I got real fucked up off of it too.
You probably, I mean, it's pretty, it's there.
It'll get you there.
It's there. But y'all mentioned Armella. Is Armella always going to be a tackle? Because I kind of felt like there's a potential for a guard slide for Armella, but I could be wrong about that.
I think that slide doesn't have to happen until he goes to the NFL.
I think all college.
I think at worst he's a right tackle in college.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucas Simmons probably shifts him to right tackle when he gets on campus.
Simmons, I don't know who posted the picture, but he's
legit.
He just needs a weight program. That's all he's missing, if you ask me.
The sad part is he's listed at 300. But he doesn't look it though. But so absolutely.
Yeah, he's got to clean it up a little bit, man. And once he cleans it up, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. What's up, New King?
I'm gonna go with this question here. Marcus says other teams have 5-star tackles that start year one. Why not Armella?
Go ahead, Elo.
My thing is, I don't even really want to get into the star thing because I know on some websites he was a 5-star and some he wasn't. So that's kind of irrelevant to me. I'm all about if he turns out to be that guy, then sure, you play him. I just think you're in a position now that Florida State hasn't been in a long time where you do not have to play a freshman if you don't have to. There's nothing wrong with sitting Armella for a year. Listen, Armella is 315. He don't look 315, which is what I love. There was a time when Armella was very sloppy and out of shape. And this was when he was in high school. They purposely lost. He got down to like 280 and has really reshaped his body, which shows his work ethic. No need to rush him. Now, if he turns out in camp to be the best guy, which I don't think he's going to be better than Robert Scott or Bless Harris off the rip. But if it happens, hey, the best guy should play. I just don't think you're in a position where you need to rush him out there.
Which is why you went out and you got got a great class.
That's why you went out and signed all these guys.
You got the transfers for a reason.
That too, Tyler. He wasn't even an early enrollee, so there's no need to rush him out there.
Well, they were so happy to say he ain't a 5-star.
I believe on Rivals he was.
Mm-hmm.
That's one site, but I believe on Rivals he was.
He's not consensus. He
wasn't a consensus 5-star. No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
How many guys actually are? What, like 10?
There's probably probably like 15 to 10 are usually consensus 5-stars.
Sure.
Most guys go to different sites and they, flip flop.
The 5-star thing, man, the whole recruiting thing is subjective, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you base the best basis for how good a guy really projects to be, just in my opinion, you have to trust the guys in the business who are great evaluators, right? So you have to trust, unfortunately, like the Nick Sabans of the world set the standard for recruitment evaluation. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you're picking up an offer from Nick Saban, you're probably going to rise up people's boards like immediately. You know what I'm saying? Now, does the whole industry operate that way? I don't know, but that would be my, you know what I'm saying? If we don't sit here and nitpick players and stuff like that. But if mine, if you're really interested, no, I did not. No, I did not. And the update on Kyle Pitts is I still think he's trash. Yeah.
He ain't trash.
He's overrated. I was proved right that he was overrated last year, though. Right?
I mean, I was right there with you, so you know.
I'm just saying he ain't trash.
He wasn't worth the 4th pick. I don't care
I
what
don't think
anybody
I ever said he
says.
was trash. He wasn't worth 4th pick.
Which is ultimately the argument.
Overrated. Yeah, he was never worth the 4th pick.
But
Hell
you
no.
also didn't think DK Metcalf was worth a 1st round pick.
I don't think he was. I still don't. I still think AJ Brown's the better receiver. He just happens to have an injury bug like crazy. I still think AJ Brown's better. Y'all can
It's
quote
part
me
of
on
playing
that.
football.
Yeah, I mean you're right. It is.
Yeah, help me
You're right,
part of playing football. DK goes out and does all that stuff with his body, trains his body, so that he can stay on the field.
Sure. At the same
Including eating a
time,
bag of candy every day.
remember now, I also said when nobody said it, Justin Jefferson was the number 1 in his class, right? I said that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean everybody. I mean, I think the 3 of us liked him.
For sure. You know, he was a dog.
Yeah, 3 of us really liked him. So
here, Mason, here's the context of the year-old discussion. Is that you don't call him, and shout out mine, happy birthday. I'm gonna shout you out on your birthday. But Mason, you don't call a guy offensive weapon number one. Like you created, all these scouts agreed in some meeting that they're gonna create this position and say this is the number 1 offensive weapon in the draft class. That was a lie. That was a lie. You could argue that Jamar Chase had the most impactful season by any rookie ever.
He was
argue that. You know what I'm saying? He did. Real talk. If Jamar Chase is there, they don't go to the Super Bowl.
Redavius Hall, sir, you just brought up a very interesting thing. Ain't nobody talk about Trayvon Walker.
Do you think that's just because he's Jacksonville?
Is it?
I kind of feel like it's just because it's Jacksonville.
You don't think it's because it was a wash, though? Because remember, it was a wash leading up to draft day. Like, he wasn't like...
Well, I already told y'all my feelings on him. I think he's either an all-pro or he's not in the league in a couple of years. So, like, I know some people have different feelings about him.
I haven't heard a lot about this draft class in general, to be honest. I haven't heard very much hype at all. There's obviously not talking about any of the QBs.
Well, the QBs were mid, so we knew that.
Malik Willis is going to be the truth.
You need solid, but is he a Pro Bowler?
They're going to be a weapon. I think Malik, which is why I wanted Pittsburgh to take him, he's going to do, kind of like what Cordell Stewart did back in the day. He needs a good defensive team, come in, make some plays. He'll make a franchise proud. I don't know if he's a 10 or 12-year starter guy, though. I think he's great. Marcus, look at the numbers. They're very similar. And AJ wasn't playing with Hall of Famer Russell Wilson. He's playing with goddamn Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee. It's like, let's call it
real.
Don't say that again. Don't say that again. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I think, but back to the Walker stuff. But we kind of said it leading up to draft. Like, there's not a lot that separated any of those edge guys.
Nope.
It was kind of like just what's your flavor,
Except the fact that Jermaine Johnson is the coldest one in the goddamn.
So I think we'll see what happens with that. I like Jermaine's situation in New York. The problem is it's New York.
Yeah, it's the Jets.
The problem is it's New York.
Just like when Bjorn Werner went to Indianapolis, I was
they screwed him. They stood him up. They fucked him. They stood him up, and he was never that. Work. I don't know what they watched in college to ever make them think he was an outside linebacker. I don't know.
Well, you don't remember though, Alo. Remember the league was going through that thing where it's like every team was trying to force the 3-4 defense.
Yeah, and they
you still gonna rush the passer, but
He
Yeah,
screwed the pooch.
you'll learn how to cover too. Like that's not his game. It's never his
So,
game.
that boy said he brought him from Poland and told him to do one
That
thing.
boy
Go ahead,
never
the
played a
quarterback.
down in college with his hand not in the dirt.
Ever.
Didn't
You
spot
never
no
saw
QB.
Bjorn never stood up one time in college.
Right.
And
He
then
stood up and was like, "What am I looking at?"
And then he
Right.
gets in Indianapolis and they completely put him on the outside and say, "Hey, come on."
Mm-hmm.
He said Jalen Waddle or Kyle Pitts.
If I had to pick one,
I take Waddle.
tomorrow, oof.
I'm taking Pitts, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I would take Pitts in that
I'll
Alo.
go Waddle.
I just like now, mind you, he's not. We're not talking about taking him at pick 4.
Waddle plays
Pitts
for
as a
Miami,
player,
right?
Said Waddle plays in Miami, right?
I have a question.
I think Waddle has better numbers this year.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna have because you have Tyreek.
You're gonna see a lot of single coverage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I got a question. As simply as a player, not like how he was evaluated, what he can bring to the table. Does Kyle Pitts not have the ability to be a top 5 tight end?
Sure.
Okay. So we're all in agreement upon that. I just want to be clear, not everybody here. What the fuck is that? Somebody handle that.
I'm gonna get him out of here.
So what we're really saying is,
that's crazy.
It's not that he's what it really comes down to is like it's just
Some of y'all trying to get on this.
Overvalue what he was like.
Y'all trying to get on this adult website real quick and see what's going on.
I'm good.
I'm just asking.
I knew this Joker was gonna say something.
I'm just asking.
Double boy Keyshawn in there.
Since they want to come in my stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Here's my thing, man. Name a tight end that's ever been worth a top 5 pick. Name one. Not you can't, in my opinion. I don't think you can name one.
It's only been 2, right? It's only been 3 tight ends taken in the top 5.
Right. I think
Kellen Winslow Sr.
No.
Kellen Winslow Sr.
Where was Junior drafted? Junior was drafted.
Vernon was top 5, right?
Vernon was 9.
Vernon was top 10. And Vernon was something that the position had kind of never
really seen. Yeah,
they had never seen a guy run a 4.3 that like that at tight end.
And built like that, and
But again,
Shockey was not a worth top 5. Like, relax.
There's not in my opinion, there's just not a tight end in the history of the league that I would take top 5. And not even
coming in rookie season
Gronk's
and
not
making
top 5 in my opinion.
Right.
I just think
Aaron Hernandez.
I can do a lot in the top 5 and tight end.
Aaron Hernandez was an offensive weapon.
He wasn't top 5.
I'm not saying that, but if you want to describe a guy as an offensive weapon, Kyle Pitts would have had to come in and do what Aaron Hernandez was doing and move it as far as how they moved him around the field. And I'm just so surprised that nobody's taking that blueprint of what Aaron Hernandez did on the field.
This nigga said Will Mallory.
Who? Yeah, hey Mark. Hey, I love the King.
Shut that up. I want to hear that shit.
Don't do that.
You don't shut that shit up.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, but I'm just surprised that nobody's taking. And there are guys out there with a similar skill set to Will. I'm sorry, your boy
Hernandez.
You got you talking about Will Mallory. See, yeah.
Well, hold on, Terrence. I'll say this, and this may sound like an off comment, but was Aaron Hernandez really that different than, say, Le'Veon Bell in terms of usage? The only thing they didn't have Le'Veon do was line up inside. He never lined up in line, right? Le'Veon, he caught short passes. He could line up in the slot. He got the ball in the backfield. Aaron Hernandez did the same thing, right? It's just that Le'Veon started out as a running back. Le'Veon's really an H-back that can carry the football. That's really what he is. If you look at the skill set, he's just an H-back that can carry the football at a high level.
But how come? But what I'm saying is, why there are tight ends who are guys who gonna carry the ball 20 times. Actually, you want me to tell you the truth? AJ Brown and what they do with him and Debo is similar.
Debo is almost the definitive definition of an H-back. Like that's what Debo is.
He's a high school wingback.
Yes, that's what Debo is. That's what.
And my thing is, I think that the way that Hernandez was used can be very tough to scheme for when you look at what other guys are able to do on the field. Now, if you add that to some of the schemes that are out there right now, and put tight ends in those types of positions, like how they do with Debo. Like Debo's the motions that they use with Debo and AJ Brown are crazy right now. What they're going to try and do with the new kid in Tennessee, it gets teams off balance. Now, mind you, they playing with mid quarterbacks too. That's the other part. Imagine it being with a top tier quarterback, but you got to also factor in maybe that gives guys it gets those kind of quarterbacks off a rhythm or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
T.
Look,
Here's the problem though. You're asking in a league that's moved towards specializing everybody. You're asking somebody to be a jack of all trades, and I think that's where your problem lies. Not that guys don't have the skill set to do that, but the league is saying a receiver is a receiver now, right? And a safety is no longer a do-it-all Ronnie Lott safety. You're either a single high safety, you're a two high safety, or you're a box safety, right? That's why enter Swiss Army knife, a Derwin James.
I just about to say the only safety that's doing that is Derwin. That's doing damn near everything.
Right. Well, you can say Derwin when he was a lot younger. Well, yeah, Tyrann Mathieu. There's only a couple guys, right?
He's old though now.
Right. But it used to be that, okay, if you play safety, you have to master all these disciplines. And the league says, nah, just do this and be great at this, because I can find a guy to do that.
Bro, I've been talking about that for a couple years on this channel about the NFL being a specialist league now. They don't care about versatility. They want pass rusher.
I want you to master
a craft.
Now, if you're like Myles Garrett and you can master every craft, right? Or Aaron
Donald. I just say or Aaron Donald. Yeah.
Now it's like in baseball, being a 5-tool player, right? Like now you're going to get the $100 million contract. But if you're not that guy, you better get good at one thing and keep on being good at that one thing, right?
Hey, question: is Garrett the best edge? In y'all mind? Edge. Now I'm not comparing him to Donald. I know how you get about them.
No, we're not. No,
I'm not factoring him in. But I think that's a tough conversation.
I think it's a legit conversation.
Is he the best? Is he the most well-rounded?
I think he's the best overall. For sure. I think
I'm not saying is he the best pass rusher. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But he's in that conversation. But it's a whole nother story to say is he the best pass rusher.
I would say he's the only true game wrecker that I look at, and that's no disrespect to T.J. Watt, but he don't do it with his hand in the dirt. Right, it's a different at least to me.
And then we also see him get smoked in coverage too.
We're not gonna talk about that, right? But you look at Myles Garrett. He can go inside, he can go outside, right? He's not playing in the scheme that's designed to get him. You know what I'm saying? One-on-ones and things like that. Like he's just a dog out there. But I think that's a good discussion. I have to look into some more, to be honest with you. Parsons, no way.
Michael Parsons,
not yet.
He is actually one of those guys who's a jack of all trades,
but he's not in that conversation yet.
No.
I'm just saying, but the way he's been used, he's excelled at everything they've asked of him.
Sure. Hey, Mason. Let me talk to Mason real quick. I don't know Mason, right? I'm not saying any of this personally. Like this isn't a knock on teaching. He's a great football player, right? But when I say game wrecker, I'm talking about a guy when you turn on film. You don't know where that guy is going to be, and you better account for him every single play, right? So Aaron Donald can line up at 6 or 7 positions on the front.
Mason might be your boy's burner account.
It might be, right? But you're not kicking TJ inside and out. I can find TJ and identify him, and he's doing one or two things, right? Can't say that about those other guys.
So I want to bring up a question because it was brought up earlier and we kind of was talking about other stuff, but
yeah,
people were naming tight ends, man. Who's the GOAT tight end in your opinion?
Ever?
Tony Gonzalez.
You'd have to say Gonzalez is number one for sure.
Tony's number one.
Yeah,
I think I think Shannon's better than Tony. I always have.
You want me to tell you my problem, Alo? Is do I think Shannon was probably the better athlete for sure?
He's definitely a better athlete.
But we're talking you get to a certain point with football in numbers, and when you reach certain numbers, you get what I'm saying? Like Tony's numbers are so crazy when you actually look at them. it's hard to argue against it. You get what I'm saying?
How long did Tony play?
I hear you.
And that goes into it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking longevity like that,
Right.
especially in football. That's
Right.
obvious. Like,
Right.
Real quick, Gates got a bone to pick in this.
Antonio
whole situation.
Gates.
Antonio Gates definitely, like, especially. I feel
Not
like
for me. That's just
no.
me.
I wouldn't put him in. I think he goes down as the best of his era. Right. And I don't even know
his and Tony Gonzalez overlap like heavy.
And I'm saying that as I'm saying that, I don't know.
They had 10 years that overlap, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, all of Gates' career was in Gonzalez's career. I'm pretty sure of that.
So Tony, as a tight end, finishes out with 1,300 catches, 15,000 yards, and 111 touchdowns. And for the life of me, other than Matt Ryan, who was his quarterback? Trent Green?
Who? Tony Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was his quarterback over there in Kansas City? Gerback
and Trent Green?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you.
Like that's
and I know
crazy.
Shannon had John throwing him the ball. So I
So do y'all think Jason Witten belongs in the conversation?
No.
I don't either. Okay, I just want
Not me. You have to put, but again, because of numbers, even though he averaged like 8 yards a catch.
So where's
you have
Gronk
to
ranked?
put
10,
him,
sir. He averaged 10.
All right.
So where's
I'm
Gronk?
joking.
Where's
man.
Gronk ranking this?
I think Gronk has an argument. If you want to talk about true weapon,
Yeah.
Gronk might be the best weapon we've ever seen at the position.
Yeah.
Prime Gronk. You're not was 6'6", 260, run like a freaking deer, pillow hands. He was crazy.
Yeah.
Who's your top 5?
Ooh.
Let's do that. Let's do a top 5 on that.
Boy, that's a tough conversation.
Yeah, I'd have
because mine goes Tony.
Mine goes
Gates.
Shannon, Tony. Dang, you got Gates over Sharp too, man. You tough.
I'm a big fan of Gates, and that's me, and I get that. I understand it's not for everybody else, but I got Tony, Gates, Sharp, Gronk, and then my last one is actually Greg Olsen, but that's a little bias involved.
I would throw Greg in my top 5 too, just because he played so damn long.
And Greg, the way Greg played,
I think Shockey was the better player. But when we get into that longevity,
Shockey doesn't have the numbers to be in that conversation.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But I think Shockey was the better talent.
Because I think even Kelton Winslow Jr. was close to Shockey's number.
He was a talent too.
Yeah, even though he did that nonsense. A lot of people gonna say, like, you know what I hate? People want to talk about. People bring up Mike Ditka in this conversation, and I'm like, I get that he did things as a tight end before other people. But everybody always puts so much value on.
Hold on, I got to give Mark another one of these. This man he killing me. Shut that up. I want to hear that shit. Okay, go ahead, Terrence.
Like, people put so much value on. Oh well, he was the originator. Like when they talk about what's in basketball, they talk about that guy who was the first big man. I forget his name. Oh, garbage dude paid the 50s. But like, oh, he was the first big man to really do something, or he's the first tight end to really do all this stuff, to be a real pass catcher. And I'm like, I think he gets overvalued sometimes when you discuss in top 5s.
Okay.
And so that's why for me, Mike Ditka is like just like nah, he's not that.
So
guy.
you don't. But to be fair though, you don't think there's any value in that?
There's some, but when you look at what these guys are doing now. George Mikan, thank you. But when you look if you want to tell me George Mikan's better than Dwight Howard, you're full of shit.
Right. But
Dwight Howard's out of the top 5 center. But you're full of shit. Like,
this is where. But I'll say this to be fair, right? So we're not talking exactly about like I was the first quarterback to throw 2 touchdowns in a game, because that's like some inconsequential shit, right? Like. So if you talk about like we'll talk. I'll be honest. I'm not trying to get away from this tight end thing, but it's
go ahead.
We've had the quarterback discussion before. I've never done a tight ends list before, but we've had a quarterback discussion before. I've never left Marino out of my top 5.
You can't. I don't care what nobody says. You
Okay,
can't.
see,
And-
I feel like that's
and-
different.
Hold on, let me finish though. And this is why. This is my justification. You can't tell me that he didn't reset the quarterback more.
He did.
He completely did. He completely changed the way people viewed quarterbacks.
But him
Right.
throwing damn near 50 freaking touchdowns at that time is still things that a guy now can't do.
I agree. But
Whereas
I'm
Mike
also
Dicker
saying,
stats, I can give you 10 guys right now that can do what
I
Mike
hear
Dicker
you.
did.
But I'm just saying there's value in,
But I do think there's a different evolution to the game. And I don't know if that should take away from a Mike Dicker. I'm not necessarily going to sit here and cat for Mike Dicker, Terrence. But just to play devil's advocate,
correct.
Mike Dicker wasn't asked to do what these guys are asked to do now. That tight end position has evolved. The tight end position is probably
Neither was
evolved.
Ozzie Newsome.
I mean, my point, tight end has probably evolved more than any position in football.
Right.
Has any position changed
I agree.
more
It
than
was just
tight
a
end?
blocker. Like when you get talk about guys like Jackie Smith and Mike Dicker, I get it. And
Yeah,
Ozzie
no
Newsome,
positions evolve more than the tight end position. So
did
Mike Dicker, I guess, again, I'm not sitting here. He's not.
Vernon Davis has more touchdowns than Shannon Sharp. That's interesting.
Different era, but that's Adrian's point.
Yeah, I get that.
Right
I
there's
get that.
Adrian's point. You can't tell me Vernon Davis is a better pass catcher than
No,
Shannon
he's
Sharp,
not.
right?
But they were.
You can't.
They get more
If we-
opportunities.
It's just so funny when you play that game on who. If you went and played that game on who has more touchdowns, it's actually really funny.
See, now
Like-
I'm going to say this though, because I'm looking at receptions now, right?
Yeah.
Gonzalez, Witten, Gates, Sharp, Olsen, Graham, Kelsey. Those are tight end receptions. I haven't even touched Gronk yet, right? So you look at the position, and I think this is really the tight end position requires more of an eye test than probably everything else. If you're really gonna have that discussion, right?
Did Kelsey get himself into that top 2 3?
Not yet.
All
Kelsey,
time? No, not all time.
Kelsey needs 300 catches to get in that top 2 or 3 all
Yeah.
time. And that's why I said
Is that 4 years?
No.
5 years?
he's not gonna last that long. No way.
Witten,
Kelsey-
think about how long Witten's lasted.
Well, if he catches 6-yard dump offs from Pat Mahomes for the next,
That's the other part about me for Witten. Witten the past freaking 6-7 years has been, oh, let me catch this little 3-yard pass.
right.
Like
And that's
oh,
what
I'm a-
Emmitt
I'm
Smith
a
did at
dump
the end
off
of his
guy.
career.
Right.
Yeah, which I don't. That's why when people like, oh, well, Emmitt's the all-time lead rusher,
That means
he
nothing.
ain't Barry.
Right.
He's not Barry. He's not
Matter
Walter.
of fact,
he's
Thurman
not,
Thomas was a better running back than Emmitt Smith.
Right.
I'm not gonna pile on Emmitt Smith, but there's a good handful of guys I take before.
Thurman Thomas was a better running back than Emmitt Smith. Fight me.
Right. But I'm going to say this again though. Just remember, if we talk about Tony with the numbers, Tony's numbers are so out of this world.
He's like
that
the
you
Jerry
have to
Rice of the tight end position. Yeah.
That you have to respect it.
I'm
You
with
look
you.
at all-time receptions: Jerry Rice, Larry Fitzgerald, Tony Gonzalez.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's
Tony
switch it up here because I want to get to a conversation that was on Twitter the
Mhm.
other day.
Mhm.
Okay.
Cam Newton, Vince Young.
Cam.
Okay. Y'all know I'm with Cam too.
I'm
But
taking Cam in college easy. No, nobody who did
Vince
Cam
was
play
amazing.
With? But
Don't
who
get
did
me
Cam
wrong.
play with though?
He had that one guy on defense. What was the defensive
Nick
tackle
yeah,
name?
Nick Fairley. That's it.
Nick Fairley.
Auburn.
Nick Fairley was
hadn't-
dominant.
Bro, Auburn hadn't won a title in 50 years, and they're not going to win another one for another 50. Y'all can quote me on that. Like Cam legit showed up and said, "Boy, we are winning a natty." You know what I'm
Like-
saying?
Like he said, he walked in the door, said, "Give me me."
What?
Like I'm the
What?
best. He walked in and said, "I'm the best player
What?
out here. We're going to
Man,
win a national championship."
Here's the only thing I'll give Vince Young is that his national championship game, he was by
Dynamite.
far better than
Dynamite.
Cam was against Oregon.
Dynamite. I would agree.
As a matter of fact, Cam was pretty actually. He was kind of
I
bad
would
against
agree.
Oregon.
If you and now if you're saying if you're looking at the 2 games, sure,
Yeah.
right? But if I'm looking at remember
Season?
Cam went into Alabama at the early stages of the Bama dynasty, came out from behind and got a W.
He beat.
Then they
Bama,
dropped down by
bro.
like 20.
At
Like
Bama.
they was down by like 20,
They
right?
was down
He
20.
beat Bama, bro.
Come on, bro. He came in that LSU game when he ran. I remember him running over Calvin Shepard in the LSU game.
And Vince Young had Jamal Charles and
what?
They had boys.
Yeah,
on
what
that
was it? I
Texas
remember that
team.
tight end was eating. They had a tight end that was
You
eating out
can't
there. I can't
name
remember his
again,
name.
like we said, you can't name another player on.
And
don't name D Ford because D Ford was a freshman and didn't do nothing that year. Cam
Not a
was
damn
there.
thing.
Nothing, bro. No, bro. Listen, and I'm always going to be impartial to this USC conversation because there's one talking point that nobody makes in that conversation about Southern Cal. The biggest football mistake I've ever seen in my life, and I still hold it against Reggie Bush to this day, and it's not his decision. It is 4th and 1, and you put Lendale White on the field to get you that first down. I don't give a shit about skill set. I don't care about nothing. If y'all told me that Reggie Bush was everything that y'all said he is, right? People said Reggie was the second coming of Barry Sanders, Earl Campbell, all this crazy stuff.
Man said Vince didn't have much help either.
He had help, man.
Them
boys was balling.
Texas and USC were the two favorites going into that year.
Texas was balling the year before.
What are you
Texas was arguing that they should have been in the national championship the year before.
Texas and USC were the favorites going into the season. Texas was loaded.
Not to mention what Cam did throwing and running the football that year.
It was unseen before.
He was the offense. He didn't have a Charles they had a three-headed running back group back there.
No,
they had that. Who was that big back they had?
They had dogs at.
They had a big back that was.
They had dogs.
It was Jake. He reminded me of Jacobs.
Right.
Bro, name Cam's wide receiver. What are you talking about?
Didn't Roy Williams play at Texas at that time?
Nah, it wasn't Roy.
He's 2 years early.
I don't think
it was it starts with an L, and he ended up going to Detroit too.
Linus Sweet.
Bingo.
Lyman Sweet
was a dog.
But you talking about name the wide receiver? Name Cam's wide receiver.
Bomb. I named the wide receiver, motherfucker.
Name Cam's tight end.
They didn't have any.
Hold on,
they didn't have any.
They had Lutz and Kirk in that fullback.
Who?
Selvin Young was balling for them. Selvin Young was balling for Texas.
And they had Mike. I think their running back was Michael Dyer, who never played.
They had Michael Dyer for 1 year.
And that was his best game.
Yes.
He say Limas was mid.
Limas was a dog in college.
He was a dog in college, man.
He
reminded me of Martavis Bryant.
Earl Thomas was on the team, wasn't he?
I think so.
The Texas team, yep.
See, y'all tripping, man.
They had Earl Thomas.
Vince ain't had much help.
No, they had the Griffins.
Sammy Coates.
Sammy Coates.
Get the hell out of here. What was that? Sammy Coates.
And that's it, John.
And Michael
John, we said Nick Fairley.
And Nick Fairley.
Nick Fairley was probably the second best player in college football. But that was it. Like, Cam was clearly the best player in college football. Mm-hmm. There was no question about it. Ain't no old Reggie Bush.
Take Cam Newton over Auburn. Auburn wins how many games that year?
5, 6.
What they usually do. We'll leave it at that.
6 games.
What they usually do.
Earl wasn't on that team. Earl was.
If Cam stays at Florida, we're talking about a completely different dynasty.
Hold on, Marcus.
We're altering the Alabama dynasty if Cam stays at Florida.
Listen, if it wasn't Earl Thomas, then it was the Griffins, the two Griffin brothers that went first round, like back years.
Michael Griffin and the other boy.
Yeah, there was 2 of them.
I forgot we finna make some of these Texas guys mad about talking about their long.
So you see a Texas fan now. You see him, right? He a Texas fan now.
They hype.
He getting a little angry.
Yeah, he getting a little angry about
y'all never watch UT play.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
There's a 24-point comeback. That's right.
No, listen. Look, I'm gonna just bring up Cam's numbers for the sake of conversation. Cam finished the year with 51 total touchdowns and 4,300 total yards in 14 games. That's insane, bro. That's nuts, bro.
I used to hate Cam.
I'm sure you did.
I didn't like Cam
in college.
honestly, I didn't want to take him when I decided because I don't know if I told. I think I told the story about how I became a Carolina fan.
Here it goes.
Like
It
I
was
didn't have a
good.
team.
Mm-hmm. No,
I
hold
didn't have
on.
a team.
No, I'm sorry, Terrence, but he said it was Michael Griffin and Michael Huff. They both went first round. Them two
Yup.
DBs from Texas. They had some dogs, and they had Derek Johnson on that squad, that linebacker too. They had that Derek Johnson on that
Yeah,
squad.
They
Derek
had a
Johnson
loaded
was
team,
nice.
bro. Texas
on,
again. Texas went into that year the
They had a
favorite,
squad.
right next to
Right.
USC.
Right.
So the
Right.
notion that Vince didn't have no help is absolutely ridiculous.
I
Boy,
Auburn
yeah.
came out of nowhere. Nobody picked Auburn to do anything.
see, and Cedric Griffin. I'm not crazy. I remember Texas secondary was supposed to be the best secondary in the country. I remember them talking about that. I always remember them talking about that coming out of high school, bro.
It was nasty.
Mm-hmm. Derek. Okay,
I
so
remember
who was the backer?
I actually won a lot of money off of that game too. I think I won like $600-700. The
The
money
sad
I was
part
like
about that
18 at
is
that time. That's a lot of money.
USC beat themselves. in that
Again, it's
game.
4th and 1. Reggie Bush is supposed to be the best player in the country, and he's not on the field.
Isn't this the same game Reggie Bush is running into the end zone and he like does a lateral to nobody? Like he
Yes.
just
Yeah,
throws
it
the
wasn't at
ball
the
back.
half or what?
Like he was about to
in the-
score or something, and he just
No,
threw
no,
the
no.
ball back
He
to a
was getting
lateral.
tackled. He was getting tackled.
Yeah, but he was at the end zone.
Nah, it was at like 30-yard line, bro.
No, he
Someone
was.
got to pull that up. But
It
see,
was 30-yard
It
line.
was still a stupid play. Is my point.
It was stupid.
all I'm going to say is real nice to run against Washington State and UCLA, 5-7 UCLA, and a bad Oregon team, because that's what Reggie made his highlight tape off of, a bunch of ducks. He got to that Texas game, he folded. I don't care what anybody says. I always remember that about Reggie Bush, bro. They was talking about Reggie Bush like he was the second coming to Jesus for real. For real, for real. Reggie was supposed to tear that game up. He couldn't do shit. Couldn't do nothing in that game, bro. At all. Casey Hampton was another one. Come on, bro. That's crazy, bro.
I can't find it. I'm trying to find the pitch.
Do you have naming dudes that played in the NFL for 10 years? Casey Hampton was NFL nose for like 10 years, bro. Like, come on, man. That's a good question for Timmy. Y'all think Georgia repeats this year? I'll give you that.
Hell no.
Absolutely
No,
not.
I don't think so. No.
Absolutely not. You can't lose as much as they lost and come
Yeah.
back and win another.
They're not repeating.
They lost everything. Everything.
I think Bama's the favorite by far.
Yeah. Well, I think Bama's the favorite because of that damn well, not just Bryce Young, but Will Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson's a
Was
monster.
crazy. He's insane.
I really want to see what USC does, man.
They might do something, but they're not winning anything.
Did we talk about their schedule on here?
I don't think so.
That might be a good one. Might be a good one. Let's check that out, Alo.
The USC schedule?
Yeah, I'm pulling that up. I'm not going to share it, but they open up with a scrub and Rice. Actually, this schedule is kind of trash. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's pretty bad.
They should go 11-1.
I think Utah's the favorite in that division, in that conference, though.
Yeah.
And Utah's got a good early matchup with Florida.
So Pete, USC starts out with Rice. Okay. At home versus Rice. Then they go to Stanford, so that's in Cali. At home versus Fresno State in Cali. Go to Oregon State, Oregon, still packed West Coast. Versus Arizona State versus Washington. Then at Utah. Then at Arizona. So at Utah is probably their hardest game of the season so far. We all agree?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing on that schedule that should trouble them. At Arizona versus Cal versus Colorado at UCLA. That's going to be a good game. And then they finish out the year at home with Notre Dame. Yeah, they got to win 10 off of that, dog. If Lincoln Riley is who he is a coordinator, as a play caller, they should be able to get 10 off of that, dog. Got to. And all the talent he brought with him, they got to get 10 off of that. Because that shit's ass. It's real, real terrible, actually.
Yeah. So what do y'all think? Who y'all any like, huh? Just give me one. Any sneakers in the playoff, or you think it's gonna be like the typical, Ohio State, Bama.
It's typical, man. I don't see
Terrence, what'd you say? Say what your chest is time.
Huh?
Say what your chest is time. Let the world hear.
Florida State, 4th seed, ACC champion.
Anyway, like I said, we think there's going to be any sneakers in this in the playoffs.
Anyway, I said what I said.
Okay.
I said. I just want to know.
Hey, Adam brings up a good point. So
I'm
if
listening.
Utah beats Florida,
Yeah, I can see that.
right, and then they beat Southern Cal, you talking about 11-1 Utah? Maybe is that what we're saying? Basically, Adam. 11-1 Utah. Mine says Ohio
That's
State.
an undefeated Utah.
I don't think Ohio State's that's not
You think
sneaking
Ohio
in though.
State's a lock, Marcus? You think that a deadlock?
I don't know if they're a lock, but they're not like
Just mix
they
that
wouldn't be
with
sneaking in. They're Ohio
Lipton?
State.
Did you just mix that with Peach Lipton?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Hold
If
up.
you a bitch, just say that. I mean,
Just a
I'm
little
joking. At least I ain't call you a Mexican.
First of all, my Adrian's family now. He Puerto Rican, bro. We cousins.
Oh, he family now?
I'm fake Puerto Rican now that I'm married. When I'm good, you know what I'm saying.
Okay. That's
So
what you said the other day, but we gonna get past.
so hold on. So they got Ohio State, got Notre Dame.
I
That's
think A&M is sneaking there. A lot of people say
No.
A&M.
no,
Man, fuck
no,
A&M.
no,
Damn, Terrence,
no,
what they do to you?
I don't like them.
bro.
Fuck College Station.
Ohio State got a weak schedule though. Outside of Notre Dame, that schedule's pie. It's super pie. As a matter
Who
of
for
fact.
Ohio State? That's why they're gonna be in there. That's why Marcus said they a lot.
Yeah, I'll give you that then, Mark. If you're basing it off of schedule, sure. Yeah.
Question: do we want to see these like top 5 teams play each other regular season though? Like the real top 5, like the guys who we know is. Or do we really want to see, or do we want to wait? And is there not a build up to seeing Oklahoma play Ohio State or Alabama play USC? Is there not a build up to that? They're like, I'm glad I got to see it when it mattered and something was on the line.
You know what the problem is that I personally would want to see more of it. Not that I'm saying Ohio State should play Bama, Clemson, and Notre Dame in the season, right?
At least one.
Yeah, but like I think Notre Dame, okay, it's a name. It's better than playing.
Everybody play fucking Notre Dame now, though. Like,
I'm just saying, but it's better than playing like Oregon State to start out your year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's better than that. But I think what I would want to see more of is these guys up north and these guys down south play each other in the year. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be nice.
We're gonna see that. I don't.
Right. I hope so.
I mean, with the way things are going with it, with the conferences, it's gonna happen.
We are
Ain't
going.
No choice.
This is a 2-conference race, and that's just what it is at this point.
I don't know if y'all talked about that, man, but I think that they were talking about the Big Ten entertaining the idea of taking two Florida schools, FSU and Miami. I think that's a must do for them.
I agree.
Number one, like that, if there was any 2 schools that they need to lock up, like because you lock up, I think we were talking about ALO, you lock up the LA market already, right? And then you lock up the South Florida market, and really you lock up Florida.
You lock up Florida.
Like that's really what it is. And then you bring in it's a different type of competition that you're.
Think about it. If the Big did that, you'd have LA, New York,
right,
all the way down to Miami. Like,
and if they get Notre Dame, Chicago.
I mean, like that's every major city.
Right.
Like, those are the cities that matter in this country. Like, I mean,
right.
Everybody says ACC ain't going nowhere because of the
no.
$500
True
million
Seminole's the only
thing.
one who thinks that. I don't know.
A lot of people
he
say
likes
that.
the ACC for whatever reason. I don't know why.
I've seen it other places.
As a Seminole fan, I don't understand why you are a fan of the ACC.
I don't
get
give
it,
a damn.
but
I know ACC, except for the fact that there's this particular team who can't win a championship there. But at the end of the day, bro, like,
are you talking about Duke? You talking about Duke or something?
Yeah, Duke. Yeah, Duke.
Okay.
Duke got.
I didn't know
one.
Duke made it into this conversation, huh?
Duke got an ACC championship?
No, they in basketball.
They don't. Yeah, so Duke Never
Yeah,
got
you
ACC.
talking about Duke? Yeah, that's cool.
You know, but it's not meant for every team to win the ACC
I know a
championship.
team that's lost to Duke and a team that's never lost.
Duke. We talk
that's
about
crazy.
Duke.
It's crazy.
Duke.
You know, I know a team that
That's
lost
wild.
to Jacksonville State, and you know, but whatever. You know,
Yeah, whatever. FIU.
You know, it's
happens.
crazy. Like some
FIU
people,
happens. It happens.
You know, some people get a little bit of jewelry, Adrian. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of shine on them and start talking real crazy, bro. Like that's nuts.
Oh, you noticed?
That's nuts. That's nuts how that worked out.
Hey, tell your auntie I said thank you.
All right.
It look good, don't it?
All right.
Look like I'm from Florida now.
A little bit.
You talking like we in Florida.
Hey,
Johnson
it's
Duke
crazy.
won
All
the
three of us
ACC
in
under
Texas.
Spurrier.
Yo, really?
So you weren't talking about Duke. Who you talking about?
Huh?
Be direct with it.
Oh shit.
Be direct with it. Who you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I thought. See, you know it's the Sabbath. You know better. You know way better than that. Way better than that.
Oh, it's the Sabbath.
Look, nobody has a bunch of cables.
I like that one. It's the
Cables
Sabbath. I like
dying anyway. Like I don't.
It
Everything's
it's
streaming
not,
services.
It's not about. I mean, obviously, it's about the money that they get from advertising rights for all this streaming and all this shit.
It's about
But
the
you
kids.
lock up markets. You lock up TV markets, right?
It's the kids too.
Well, I won't even get into that. You have to understand that all them you know why they have bowl games down south? People said that before, like in arguments, like, oh, Southern teams should have to go out up north for bowl games. Bullshit. All them old people that went to Ohio State, Michigan, all that crap, they're in Florida.
Yes, they are.
Florida. They're in Georgia. They want to watch their team play primetime football games, and they would love if that team was in their backyard. They all come down here to retire.
You don't think You don't think the Ohio State fans are going to travel to Tallahassee for November game?
You kidding me?
Or travel to South Beach, or go to Coral Gables, Miami. They're gonna go down to South Florida.
I can't lie.
In October, November.
I used to think Alabama, Georgia, and Florida and SEC fans were terrible until I met an Ohio State fan.
They're obsessed.
Oh man!
It's a cult.
I went to that Clemson Ohio State game.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 2013. Florida State about to win a national championship. All that good stuff.
That was before Clemson became
Clemson.
But they were doing well. They had Taj Boyd, Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, but it's different
guys.
when you start winning.
I'm just saying they had those guys.
Nice. They were nice people then, is my point.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much now.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the Clemson fans. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I was cool with them. Mm-hmm. But the Ohio State fans, they saw me roll in there with my Florida State gear on. Oh, you guys don't belong. Fucking trash. I'm like, damn, I ain't come. I thought I was gonna hear from the Clemson fans.
Sure.
I
thought the Clemson fans wasn't gonna say shit to you because they
weren't allowed to yet.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to speak that.
You're not allowed to talk to me that way. So what got me is I sit here, all that stuff going on. I was like, I'm gonna wait for my time. As soon as Clemson get up on these boys, I'm gonna go in. Boy, when I started talking trash to them, they folded like fresh laundry on a Sunday morning, boy. Ooh, like some Dollar Tree lawn chairs, boy. They folded. Man, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
I don't care what nobody says. That money thing will not be an issue when the time comes to make the move. Right now, it's an issue. I'm not going to deny it. But for Miami and Florida State, they're not going to make the move on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? When they make the move, whatever conference they're going to is going to back them up. It's going to be a collective move. So whatever money,
the Big Ten will drop $1 billion,
and then you're going to have the situation where
for both teams,
and then the ACC, if it's hanging on a lifeline, it's going to dissolve anyway. Just naturally dissolve into its own. Like it's going to have to. This thing is inevitable, guys.
You can't pay somebody. You can't pay people back something if they don't exist,
bro. You can't have you can't have two major conferences and the ACC holding on to its last. Like it's just it's not gonna happen.
Right.
Like
it becomes the Big 12 at that point.
I'm sorry, it's not gonna,
Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? They're coming.
The SEC? Why isn't that? They are, bro. What do you mean?
I don't know. they're coming. I don't know, like that's already done deal.
I don't
Correct.
get
They'll be
that.
there next year.
Yeah,
They'll be there
I'm
next year.
not sure what he means by that.
whatever.
The point is the ACC. It's just not. It's not sustainable, so it's not going to happen. Like it's eventually going to dissolve, whether you like it or not. True Seminole. You can say ACC, and the only people that care about the ACC are the basketball programs.
Which would be interesting.
But it doesn't, like, I hate to say it, but college basketball just really doesn't matter. It just doesn't. Like, it just, in the grand scheme of things, it's very
The
entertaining.
conferences will not matter.
No, I'm
when it
telling you,
comes
from a
down to
revenue standpoint, it is insignificant compared to football. It's wildly insignificant compared.
Because you don't keep your stars as long. I get it.
Correct. And there's nothing like, unless, where those schools where people really love their basketball teams, other than a UNC and Duke, because those are the flashier programs, are like Kansas, Gonzaga, freaking.
We love our basketball team in Florida State.
Stop, bro. Stop. Y'all not a basketball.
You don't like the basketball team?
Y'all not a basketball
Yeah,
team.
you can like them, but that's
Coach Hamilton, baby.
Man, you go talk to a kid that goes to Villanova freshman year, and they'll talk you to death about their basketball team, and nobody gives.
Where is Villanova?
That's exactly.
Isn't it in Philadelphia?
It's up there in PA somewhere up there.
Philadelphia.
That's funny. Somewhere. I work with some people out there. I would have never known that.
And to Marcus's point, is a great point. March Madness has no storylines anymore. It's just watching the one and dones make it, or the Cinderella who has, 18 5-year seniors. You know what I'm saying? Take somebody down to the wire. Like, that's all it ends up being now. That's all it ends up being now.
My bad, got distracted, but
all good. Y'all ain't what happened to y'all boy today, man?
Who that?
That thing that was supposed to happen today that didn't happen. What happened with that?
Which thing that was supposed to happen?
Which thing you talking about?
Get specific.
Brock Glenn. What happened with Brock Glenn?
That was like 3 days ago, man. What you talking about?
Nah, he just committed today.
Yeah, but we knew like 3 days,
4 days
ago. 4 days ago.
Y'all stuff, bro.
Shut up.
So what? No. So what's the
play it? Hit the clip.
I'll hit it. I'm
hit the clip.
Shut that up. I want to hear that shit.
What's the backup plan? We
got our quarterback. Hey, right now,
yeah, that's what happened today. That's what happened today.
Okay, I saw that was kind of funny. The floor.
That was hilarious, though.
That was pretty funny.
You gotta love those things.
I'm all down for seeing Florida get dominated. Like that's my passion in life.
I think that's a common ground that we bond over. Yeah. we definitely bond over that common ground.
Sure. But for real though, like y'all, because I remember we talked. You brought it up during the week, Alo, I think, on one of your pods. But somebody brought up transfer portal. I'm pretty sure we talked about that like a month and a half ago. Like that has to be a viable option. If you got your guy, like that has to be something that y'all are monitoring closely. You know what I'm saying? Because it just, I don't know. I think it might be too.
No, it's definitely got to be. Yeah, the portal's definitely in the play.
Yeah, we're hitting the portal at the end of the season. We have to. If we don't, he said Blackman coming back, you motherfucker.
But the point that I was making was, how much does the 2023 quarterback have to do with Mike Norvell anyway?
Nothing.
Has there ever been a time where quarterbacks come back? I know that's like it's hilarious, but has there been? That hasn't, right?
It's because of the timetable of college football. No.
And
well, I mean,
the transfer portal, the way we do it now is a new thing. Back in the day, you sat a year.
Right.
But it's actually possible for a quarterback to transfer after his freshman year, come back, grad transfer after he,
but he transferred for a reason, so it would never make sense why they would come back.
Right.
But it's actually possible though. That's just funny.
Well, no, yeah, it's not impossible. It's just not very probable, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, Brock Glenn,
real quick question.
I mean, it happened. We had the feeling that he was waiting for Ohio State this whole time, and Ohio State gave him the green light, and he went to the school he wanted to really go to. So I mean, it is what it is.
Best of luck.
Right.
I just feel like that's I don't know, like for him, I don't know. Maybe that's his dream or whatever. You know, I got my feelings on Ohio State quarterbacks. You guys know that too.
Oh yeah, I mean, which one of them have ever been anything?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So wait, I have a question.
What? Go ahead.
Don't even.
What? Why you did that?
He's talking probably this comment right here.
No. Peter. Half of the QB room is gone midway through. What does that even mean, bro? What does that mean? So two kids are going to be gone by week 6 of the season because you say so. I don't understand stuff like that. Go ahead.
I could see somebody. I could see Garcia maybe.
It's inevitable that one. No, listen. I don't care what Jurgen says, and Jurgen probably agree with me.
I think Garcia,
one of those guys are going to transfer out of that room. You can't bring in Rashada.
Point.
You're not going to bring in Rashada
this
and Emory.
Made it back in here.
You're not going to bring in Rashada and Emory. God damn it, y'all want to see this?
No, but
they got Juerg coming.
To my point,
he said half of the room now.
No, I'm not. I get what Peter. I don't agree with Peter. But the point is, somebody is definitely, whether that's Jakari or Garcia, somebody's definitely transferring because
of Rashada.
And then you're bringing in another quarterback.
Right,
so it's
right.
Back to the important team. Blacksters just said it. Is it possible Parsons comes back?
No, I think it's
dead.
I think it's dead.
Hey, Terrence, we might see him in Dallas though.
His dad, he might go to SMU. He might be able to Rhett Lashley.
SMU has an underrated QB room, by the way.
I think his dad killed any hope of him ever coming.
That's crazy.
When he went on that live, that was crazy.
Did you hear it? Why did you hear what he was saying?
I heard what I heard. I heard stuff about it. I heard he kind of burned some bridges.
Well, when you say the things that you say, he basically was, warning FSU don't recruit another quarterback. Now, my whole thing is, look, I actually like Chris Parsons. I actually like Chris Parsons more than I like Brock.
How I felt about Chris. Like that was my guy.
But you're not good enough to tell a school you can't only recruit me and only me. Motherfucker, you not the next Peyton Manning or Jameis Winston. You can't tell a school. Yeah,
I've never
don't recruit another quarterback or else, which is essentially what he was saying in that Spaces.
Well, that's what like when Matt Corral just made a comment about like, man, I basically wish I had gone somewhere else.
That was wild.
Who?
Matt Corral, the future quarterback of the Carolina Panthers that'll lead us to the Super Bowl.
Matt Corral was a 5-star kid that went to Memphis under the year after Hugh Freeze left. He said he wished that
he did say that he didn't get much out of playing at Ole Miss.
He felt like he took an easy way out.
Yeah, whatever it is he said. Yeah.
Right. But hold on, Peter. But you said by the middle of the season. Nobody's leaving in the middle of the season. That's just somebody, to Adrian's point, somebody's going to have to leave, or Jakari's going to have to play tight end. Like that's what it's going to be, right? Like that's the I'm not saying that he will, but that's the reality of the situation, right?
Line him up at tight end, baby.
Hey,
let's go.
First of all, right after Kelvin Benjamin. Second of all,
Kelvin already he got drafted as a receiver, so you can stop that.
He made it. And dropped 1,000 yards.
What he did when he got there is a different.
He dropped 1,000 yards.
He did get a receiver, but Kelvin already made it.
Say that again. But the reality of going back to FSU quarterback recruitment is that a guy like Parsons, to your point, Adrian, who are you to come in and make demands?
Yeah, you can't.
Like you're not bringing anybody with you. You're not bringing anybody with you, right? You're talented. We saw you early. You know, if I'm sitting in y'all seat, like who are you talking to me about what I'm going to do?
And then we still talking about Parsons, and I hate to do this, but look at the schools that have actually offered him scholarships.
Right.
Vanderbilt, SMU, Mississippi State.
Right.
And
so why doesn't he come back?
A bunch of because you can't do what you did, and again, his dad seems to be dictating that recruitment.
Right.
You can't do that. Like,
that brings me to something about parents dictating that.
I've always been against it,
right?
But I get it. Like,
I mean, we all as fathers would be involved in our child's process. but it's about knowing when to step away. Because the other part is all of a sudden, none of us has been in that type of spotlight.
Ever.
I'm not even saying any of us want that spotlight, but when that spotlight is thrust upon you, you don't know what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See,
You want to
Yes,
address
the
this right
bald guy
quick?
is a Miami fan. Yes.
Yeah, he's a Miami fan. He's good people though.
no. You forgot estate somewhere in there, DF. You got to include
Hey, what
estate
about the
somewhere.
little Elma State?
Yeah. What about estate, Mister Estate, something like that? You know what I'm saying?
We got a
But you,
production coming up for y'all though. At
what's up?
my I'm saying I ain't got a little Elma State, but we got a nice little
Oh
spot
yeah,
we
you
going.
doing something? Yeah. So,
Make sure you there, by the way.
real. I plan on it. Real quick.
You play,
So, out of
just
the
play that, play
top 40. Hold on, I'm 40 quarterbacks deep on this list.
I told Terrence earlier the quarterback recruiting is done.
I'm not worried about that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at
It's
it.
done. The
Yeah.
only your only thing you can hope for is that you have the type of season that maybe you can circle back on a Donta Moore, and that's a pipe dream, right? But maybe
I would like more. I would like more.
Of course, you would like more. He's a damn 5-star quarterback. My point is that's a pipe dream. But your only hope is that maybe you can circle back on one of these other guys. But
Where's he at right now?
Oregon, he committed to Oregon.
We can take that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, if y'all really go like that, that's kind of crazy. So basically, what quarterbacks have to do, and I don't know why Parsons was playing it, because a D tackle can wait till February and make a decision, right? Like a D tackle, a receiver, like they can wait.
Most quarterbacks lock their recruitment up fairly
lock
early.
it up early, bro,
Yeah,
because
most will lock it up early, and that's the trend you see in this year. Most have locked it up. Parsons is like the only one out there as far as 4 stars go. He's like the only one left.
Back to that and his father. Where do you draw the line on helping your kid make that decision?
But you know what that is though. I don't even think that's a recruitment thing. I think that's I can't judge. I don't know the whole situation, but parents got to let kids be kids, right? So it's like the only thing you're going to make sure you do is make sure your kid doesn't get screwed over, right? Or your kid doesn't get hurt, not put in a bad situation, like that kind of thing. Like let that kid make his decision and let him live with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like your only job is to make sure that he doesn't sign over his name and his rights for the rest of his life to some idiot. Like that's the only thing you can do.
Exactly.
Anything else is the kid's job.
Like, and then, like for me, for seeing my little cousin and my cousin and my little cousin go through that process, like when she was like, she let him make his decision.
Sure.
Which I think most moms are willing to allow their young son to make a decision, and a father is.
Mm-hmm.
But she kind of let him make his decision. You know, he went through that whole process.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like, I think as a father, like, I think you get involved in it because you're like, nah, as a man, you shouldn't be around these type of men, or you start to peep stuff that you maybe don't like.
Correct.
As a man. And a man-to-man relationship is different from a mom to
I think, I think my issue, specifically talking about Parsons and his father, more so his father than the actual kid. I don't understand what's his motive of being the only quarterback in the class. Because then you look at
it's only one in the class before you.
You look at the schools that like right now, I think he's crystal ball to SMU. Well, SMU's not going to take another quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand his motives of being. Why does it matter if you're the only quarterback in the class if you're Chris Parsons?
What are you going to do at SMU?
But here's so DF made a pretty decent point, right? Like some quarterbacks do flip, but what happens, right? And I'm going to get to this Parsons thing in a second. Just using that as a premise. That flip is going to create a domino effect, right? So like if I'm looking at the quarterback recruits right now, let's just assume that actually the kid Malachi Nelson just is taking a visit to A&M, right? I think that was a big thing. So let's say Malachi Nelson flips, right? was who's next on Southern Cal's list? That has to be a question because that starts your domino effect. Because Lincoln Riley, I don't care who you are. If I'm a kid, I hear Lincoln Riley wants me to play for him.
Yeah,
I'm immediately interested.
Yeah.
Right. So let's say that moves a Dante Moore. Let's say that moves. It could move a Jaden Rashada. Right. But then you start going through the domino effect. Right. You keep on going, and then Parsons is going to have to hope that somebody wants him.
The problem is Parsons isn't a priority regardless.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But he has to hope that because of those dominoes,
Right,
that he suddenly becomes a priority. But the reality is, you're probably not.
Don't be surprised if Parsons ends up at Florida State in February.
Somebody said Jackson State. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the perfect. If I'm Deion Sanders, like I can spin that narrative however I want to, right? Here's a kid that decommitted from my alma mater and is bringing a blue chip quarterback down to the HBCU level for the second time, since I've been here. Like that's a hell of a storyline, right? And Deion can take that and run with that as much as he wants to. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, Parsons, where was it? Mississippi State, SMU.
Those are like the two. Like the real two teams.
Is JSU that far off from?
No, JSU probably in the mix. I don't know. I don't
recruiting wise.
Personally, this is me, and this is going to lead to the next topic. But personally, I don't think Dion is recruiting another quarterback till his son's about ready to go.
You think so?
I think so. And this leads to the next topic. I don't know if you guys heard it, and I was curious on your thoughts on it. Dion, they put a video out, and Dion basically said, unless your name is Travis Hunter or Shedeur Sanders, you got to fight for a starting spot. As a coach, what's your thoughts on that, Jerg?
I
don't know if have you seen that video?
I mean,
I haven't, but just on surface level, I think the only problem I have with it is that one person is his son.
Is his son?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But who's really taking a QB spot from him?
I think nobody on
nobody.
That team.
Obviously,
they don't have another quarterback.
He hasn't recruited another quarterback.
Right. Well, here's this. You do not put any question in who your quarterback is.
Correct. But
whether it was his son or not, you probably would say
it's
that.
His son, though.
If it was his son or not, you probably would say my quarterback's locked in.
But you know, because you.
If I got a guy who started for me last year, and I didn't bring in a quarterback that was worth a goddamn shit in recruit class. I didn't go in and bring in a top tier quarterback this class. Mm-hmm. Hey, my quarterback is my quarterback now.
But
ain't no battle there.
But what Adrian's really talking about, if you correct me if I'm wrong, Adrian, is the message that's being sent. Correct? Because you're involving it. You can't. So if we go into so for us, Mario's like, okay, Tyler Van Dyke's the best quarterback in the country. Agree with it?
Obviously, off of last year,
right? But you go in saying that he says, I feel like I have the best quarterback in the country. It is. He never once said that kid's job isn't on the line, right? He never said that. It's the fact though that Van Dyke is going to take first team snaps, but I guarantee you, because he's a coach and he should be impartial, if Van Dyke takes a backslide, he put the next man in. You get what I'm saying? I don't think a coach should eliminate that from their repertoire. You get what I'm saying? I don't think they should. And I also don't think any two big players are bigger than the rest of the team in a college football program.
And that actually,
let's be real though.
But
we know that Travis Hunter went into what they were doing, went into their camps, and proved he was a fucking alpha.
Yeah, but see,
so
at this point for him to say that is not a big stretch.
The biggest problems I think Dion has with saying that is one is his son. Now I do agree with you, Terrence, is that it's a quarterback, so he gets a little bit of leeway there, and you haven't brought in any quarterback to really challenge Shedeur.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a foregone conclusion, right? Shedeur Sanders is going to be the starter. I actually have a bigger issue with the Travis Hunter thing personally because now you're making him seem like Travis Hunter is bigger than JSU. I understand who he was. I understand the caliber of recruit that he was. But you're telling me that kid just gets to walk on campus and he don't have to compete for shit?
Travis, he said this recently, right?
Yeah, he said it.
Travis Hunter went in the spring ball and shitted on everybody. He Jimmy
Wait.
Butlered every fucking body.
So
And he
hold on.
talked the talk, he walked the walk, and shitted on everybody on both sides of the fucking football. There's no question.
So can I ask
Everybody
you
know
something,
that.
though?
So what is
it's-
that?
hold
What is
on.
that telling your guys that's backing him up or trying to compete for a job? Don't even come out there and try. Because that's what it's telling me.
I hear you, but the thing is, I don't think that Travis Hunter going in and doing that at JSU is like a JSU problem. Like, hey, we don't, because he would have did it. He would have did it at Florida State too.
I disagree
said
with
he
that.
would've did that.
No.
We don't know that.
No.
Travis,
Travis Hunter's a great prospect, but AZ and Sam McCall would have had something to say about that, my friend.
Travis Hunter would have been the best wide receiver and the best DB on the
Marion
team.
Cooper would have had something to say about that, man.
But
Best wide
Terrence,
receiver,
Terrence,
best
You're
DB
not
on the
going to
team.
do that, bro.
No.
You're not
You
going
mentioned
to do
I'm
that, bro.
He could be the best at both, but he's not a lock to do what he did against those JSU.
Basically, what I'm saying is Omarion Cooper, Azarius, and Sam McCall couldn't have guarded him, and he would have locked down any wide receiver on our team.
But
Which
you don't
is
know
what
but
he
it
did at
wouldn't- It wouldn't
JSU.
have looked like it did at JSU. It would not.
I hear you.
It would not. So,
But
and that's all Adrian
but
said.
they have a 4 and 5 star wide receiver out there. What was
Who?
the 4-star? They had the kid who transferred.
Mark
Yeah,
Pope.
they have a couple guys that couldn't play at the Division I level.
It was one kid who just
they
never. He was
transferred
just
to
in
JSU
a
for a
series.
reason. Is
depth
all
chart.
I'm saying. They transferred to JSU for a reason.
Malachi
Malachi Nelson is a beast.
Malachi
Weidman. I'm sorry,
he
was a
couldn't see the
beast.
field at Tennessee. Is all I'm saying.
But he's. I think there were other things involved in that.
You can say whatever. He couldn't see the field.
But okay, so to the point, we're talking about talent, right? If Malachi Weidman was really that deal, then there's no way he doesn't see the field at Tennessee, right?
We all know there's other things involved when it comes.
No, actually, not for him.
Not if you're not if you're that guy.
Karis, you know I've held steadfast on that.
Damn, Montre calling me out, man. Damn.
Football
Football
coaches only have one job. That's to win football games. And as long as your grades are right, if you can play, you're going to be on the field. There's no politics in that. There's no politics in football and winning games when it comes to the elite talent, right?
By the way, yeah.
Politics separate, player C from player D, not player A from player B. You get what I'm saying? So that's the whole point. To the point of the conversation is, at the end of the day, Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders cannot go win football games by themselves.
Just those two guys.
They cannot.
And that's
we just said Nick Fairley and Cam.
No.
I'm not saying that they're those guys. I'm not saying they're those guys, but I hear you. I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying.
So, but the messaging in that locker room should be, we're all competing to win our jobs. Simple as that. No one man has earned anything yet.
Wait, Anthony, what's so out of line with what I'm saying? Because I truly believe.
I think what he's saying is that when you said he would have came to Florida State and just head and shoulders been. Look,
he would have been the best football player on our team.
We can all agree Travis Hunter is a dog, but to say that he comes on campus and you said he can cover any wide receiver on the team, I would love to see Hunter 6'7" Johnny Wilson. I would love to see it.
I mean, it's a problem. But if he got
all 6'7", 230 pounds of them.
When the routes come into play,
when just the man body against the kid body comes into play,
I love to see it.
Yeah, I would too.
But it's some kids on JSU team that's 23, 24 years old.
And trash.
And exactly.
They can be trash. They still
and I'm not and listen, and what I say
rotation at the Division I level.
And I'm not gonna say trash to say that they're bad football players, but there's a reason that you're there.
23, 24 years old on those squads.
There's a reason why you're there.
And that's not, and I always say this because they may watch this and put in their locker room or some shit. This is not a disrespect to the person. It's just the reality, right? It is a different level of competition.
Absolutely.
Now, in 3-4 years, is that team going to have a very, very different looking roster?
Yes, it will.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right? Dion's made it clear he's trying to build a powerhouse. It's going to look different.
I can't wait to see what he does in the trenches.
That's where I think it truly changes until he kind of gets in there, which he hasn't.
He knows it though. He knows it too.
Of course, he knows it. He's not dumb. He knows how to coach. He knows the game.
He locking McClain up. I love my boy, but he locking him up.
Can I just throw this out there?
Malik getting locked up.
Let's think about say the.
I don't think you can say that. You just.
But look at
Malik's been a college program for 2 years, and you're telling me all of a sudden.
So you think that Malik was comparable to the 5-star guys that came out with Travis?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Because Malik was locking up all the 5-star guys. I mean, I'm
Who
sorry, Travis was locking up all the 5-star guys.
who was he locking up? To be fair, what All-Star game did we watch Travis Hunter play? We watched him in Georgia play
Touche.
against other Georgia schools. Name the head-on-head battle
I'm
he
talking
did
about the 7-on-7s and stuff too. So, but I get what you're saying.
and you go watch those 7-on-7s. He did a lot more on the offensive side of the ball than he did locking
Bro,
up
there's
guys.
also dudes that ball. There's dudes right now that dominate. Brandon Ennis dominates 7-on-7s if you pull up highlights, right? What you guys are talking about, a college like Florida State, a college like Miami, at the end of the day, we recruit the top 1% of high school football players, right? The top 1%, like the best of the best that the country has to offer. So you put a kid in that environment, he is not going to dog walk any of those guys.
No, he's
I want
not.
to see this. I
Especially
want
as
to
a
see this.
freshman.
Anthony, hey, no disrespect. I would like to see it.
So
I
there's
haven't seen
a
that
there's a
tape in
couple
lot.
clips. There is a clip where Hunter got the best of Sam, and there's a clip where Sam.
I remember Hunter like.
No, there's a
That's
clip
the way
where
football
Hunter
I
got.
haven't seen this. I haven't seen the other one.
But
though.
it's back and forth. Is my point.
That's the way football works.
And that's the way football works. You're gonna get the best of some guys, some reps, and some guys are gonna get the best of you. So
You say Duke's gonna run past Travis? I mean, I guess.
I mean,
I love to see it.
and I'm not
Hey,
trying to
boy,
pile
hey.
on Dion or anything like
No.
that, but
No,
to say that,
it's a football conversation.
yeah,
Like,
to say
do
that
you really want
Yeah,
to hear that?
yeah.
Hunter
Do
just
you really
comes
wanna hear
in
that?
and he's the dude. Sure, maybe at JSU you get
I
away with
get
that.
what he
But
was
Terrence, you
saying.
lost me when you said he was going to come to Florida State and dog walk everybody. I do not agree with
I
that.
felt like I said this before he decommitted, like before he flipped, before all that was even a thought in our minds. I said he's going to come on campus, and he will either be our best wide receiver or DB. He can be both. You
But
remember me
both those
saying that,
things,
right? Alo,
Yeah, I remember you
it's not a
saying that.
deviation from anything.
Both those things can be true without him dog walking everybody.
Okay, well maybe that term was a little bit
But I'm just saying
hyperbole.
the imagery you're put because at Jackson State, like he ran it out and up and had Buddy
Hyperbole.
toasted from 3 yards.
Right.
Like that's
Say what?
not like. But I'm saying like the level the what is it the variance the error or whatever like there you have to be really good at this level no matter how bad the team is at the moment, right? So yeah, he probably would have been the best guy, but he ain't just gonna come out spring game. Let me get these 3
And
touchdowns.
like I said, maybe it was a bit of hyperbole, but
Right.
you know,
Right,
I
right,
was
right.
maybe it was me just trying to get my point across.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like he would have proven he was the best player on the team
No, I understand.
at that
bro.
time.
He would have
If
been
somebody wanted to say like, oh well, somebody can take your spot, really?
pure potential. Hunter, obviously, he's up
Because to
there.
me, you want me to say something real true?
Yeah.
Sam
Mhm.
McCall should start. Sam McCall to me is
Maybe.
talent wise the probably top 2 to 3 DB easily, if not the best. Sam
Mhm.
McCall has proven that through the camps. I like Amarian Cooper too. Amarian Cooper is freaking awesome.
Mhm.
But Sam McCall is that dude.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the fact that we were going to have Hunter and McCall,
no,
I
these
was
dudes-
excited about that. Like I was like, shit, there's no fly zone. Fuck that.
Mhm.
Like that's what came with that package.
See, there's a
It's
reason.
also
Even if Sam has all the, I don't necessarily disagree with you. Sam has as much potential. Him and AZ, right? They're obviously the future. They have the mold of of NFL caliber DBs. Like they're long, lank. They're built that way. But there's a reason why he's not starting to jump. They still got high school bodies, man. They still don't
Mhm.
have that strength. There's some work that still has to be done. Travis Hunter was going to go, and Travis Hunter's smaller than both of those dudes.
Mhm.
so Timmy made a pretty valid point. How did Kevin Coleman feel when Dion said that? I think that's something Kevin Coleman knew beforehand. I don't think Dion's like that. Like I think Dion's very transparent. You know where you stand.
Obviously, he's transparent. I just don't know if I like the message.
And
I
that's
think,
all the
but you
conversation.
know where you
But
stand.
he gets away with it because it's JSU.
And because he's Dion.
So he's gonna get away with that.
He's Dion.
But he
The
couldn't
same
go.
way, the same way. Urban Meyer can sit there and trash. What's the old boy name? Ended up in the NFL, balled out. Terry McLaurin. Y'all heard that story recently where Terry McLaurin came into camp. The wide receiver coach actually wanted to bring him in to offer a scholarship. They he brought Terry McLaurin in his office and trashed him the whole way. You don't do this right. You don't do this right. And for some reason, this motherfucking coach right here wants to offer you, but I don't know what the fuck he wants to offer you for. Trash him. That's exactly what the coach said that Urban Meyer said to Terry McLaurin.
But that's
Now,
bro. That's a different conversation.
no. But that's my thing. You're gonna take that from certain people, like just like kids will take it from Dion.
Right,
You'll
but that
and I'm
also
not saying
doesn't
Dion went
send,
that far,
but it doesn't send.
but
But
you
it
get what
also
I mean.
doesn't send a message to a team, right?
Mhm.
Like if I'm so I don't know if you know. I heard a story recently about Mark Fletcher going on his Ohio State visit, and they pulled clips from all of his years of football, basically every clip they could find, and broke them down and said, "You're good at this, but you're bad at it," and all this stuff like that. Like that's a story that came out recently. I thought was pretty cool, right? But what Urban's really trying to do is get under your skin, right, and figure out if you got what it takes to play on the team. He's not.
I don't know.
That's
Because
absolutely what he did.
the way that coach told the story, the coach he said Urban did not want to offer him at all.
Okay, can I ask you something? But he did though, right?
Not then.
But he ended up.
Eventually they offered him. Yeah,
And he ended up
eventually they
being
offered him.
one of the top 2 receivers to come out of Ohio State in the last
Yeah.
10 years. So it all worked out. He got what he wanted out of that exchange, and Dion might get what he wants. Again, you're just talking about 22 people got to be on the field basically at any given time, right? Travis, you can't do everything, and Shador, you can't do everything. You got to depend on other people.
Right.
Messaging to everybody should be the same. You're out here to earn it every day, right? Nobody has anything set in stone. Because guess what? I might have to bench my son. I might have to bench Travis one day. That's real spit, right? I mean,
do it.
Well, I understand that, but you basically just said that'll never happen.
But you can't do it if you're telling other kids, hey, don't matter what you do, you ain't starting.
You see what I'm saying?
No matter what you do, you're not going to get to play because these other 2 guys. You know what I'm saying? Like you walk a fine line when you say stuff like that.
Right.
You might lose a couple kids when you say something like that.
I guess it's one of those things Dion can get away with because he's Dion.
Correct.
And I think it has a lot to do with the school that he's at, because I don't think if Dion was coaching at a major program, he could say that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. So AZ and McCall, do you think both of them could end up starting by the end of the year? Halo?
Nobody's taking old Cooper's spot. I don't, unless Cooper just has a complete.
Well, I mean, is that required for AZ and McCall to start? McCall could start at safety. Which is what I thought.
So who you benching at safety?
Huh?
Jamie's all ACC preseason, all ACC,
Okay.
and Nakeem Dent. I don't think that's happening either. So,
well, we talking about 5 secondary players anyway.
I think one of them will start eventually.
It's McCall. Like I'm sorry. Like I'm all on board with McCall.
I'm with you. I like
McCall is my
Sam
guy.
too.
AZ is
I like Sam too.
nasty. AZ is nasty, and he's going to be nasty looking into going into the future. Like next year, he's starting next year without question. For me, in my mind, but I wouldn't be surprised if both of them end up on the field. And then injuries happen too. So
that's true. Injury happened, but I definitely think
I see AZ and McCall getting good playing time.
I think they'll probably be in the 2 deep rotation for sure.
They're the 2 deep rotation right now for me, anyway.
Yeah.
Like for me to anyway off rip there and hey, I got a question and real quick. We got since we got a hurricane on here. What's y'all secondary? What's y'all 5?
Talked about that earlier.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Let's be real. How do you feel about Stevenson?
He's a lock to start.
How do you feel about him as okay, he's a lot to start, but would you want to improve in that situation over him?
I mean, I think he has to clean up his game, but I also don't think he got developed like he should have.
Okay.
So
Ivy.
You looking at Ivy? So Ivy is what they say, look like Tarzan, play like Jane. He's just never put it together. If you look at DJ Ivy from a physical standpoint, he looks like an NFL corner when you look at him. He doesn't play like one all the time. But again, we just don't know how until proper development takes place. You don't know where these guys are going to be.
So I know you're pretty. I know you're pretty high on Avante.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. So I think obviously we're base 4-2-5 this year, essentially, with two strongs or whatever. You're going to see a combination of Kitchens, Williams, and Williams on the field, hopefully at all
Kitchens was
times.
the other guy I was about to ask about.
I think Kitchen. I think you have two real nice two guys that can play single high or two high in Avante and Kitchens. I think James has to play a rover type role. I mean, not that he can't get off the hash and cover two and stuff like that.
What are you looking for from James this year to improve on in his game? Because obviously, you know me, I've been high on James. Just that type
we
of
all love him. I think all
that
three
type
of us
of
are
body
really
don't
high
come.
on him.
You don't
Yeah,
see a guy
he's
built
just
like
a
a
beast.
James Williams.
You want to be
know?
honest,
But
James,
he does need some improvements in his game, and I would love to hear what you have to say.
Well, James, first of
Marcus
all,
Lewis
James,
just said something. Ivy is Travis J.
Oh snap! That's
I'm not going to compare.
That's probably
I
not
know
that
how y'all
far
feel
off.
about Travis.
It's probably.
I
Not
mean, we
that
like
bad.
Travis though, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
no,
saying.
no, but Jerg, you said it. You said he looks
He
like
just-
Tarzan, plays like James.
He has to put it all
That
together.
is Travis J in a
That's
nutshell.
Travis J.
He has to
Like
put
we
it all
want
together.
so much
Travis
more.
J looks like an NFL player, except
I
except
wouldn't be
when he
surprised
gets
if
on
he
the
went
field.
to the NFL and actually did well.
Yeah, I mean, look, you to the core of the conversation, what you just brought up, Alo. Number one, I think we all like those guys. At least for me, Avante, James, and Kitchens. They remind me of the safeties I grew up watching from the way they play the game, like South Florida safeties, right? But James, if I had to look at anything, he's got to clean up his tackling. Everybody does in Miami, but for a guy his size, he should not have a missed tackle. He should not have a missed tackle in the open field. You want to see him closing on gaps in the run game a little bit better, coming down in the
So
alley.
I don't mean to cut you off, and
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna let you finish for sure.
Go ahead.
Hold on, son. James, I think what he went through last year, just watching him, is he was used to being the biggest guy on the field, and last year that he didn't wrap up. Like he just felt like he thought he could just put his shoulder into
He was
a
gonna
guy.
blast everybody.
Yeah, he thought he could blast everybody, and he learned very quickly. For some reason, he never adjusted that you cannot just put your shoulder into guys at this level.
Right.
You are no longer the biggest guy on the field now.
Remember, he missed a tackle on Sam Howell that arguably.
Oh no, he didn't miss a tackle. He got his ass ran over.
Yeah. So it's like at the end of the day, James Williams moving forward should never miss that tackle again.
No, he shouldn't.
He should. I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna
so-
end up on his highlight reel.
and that's what you would hope for. I would say those are the first couple of things. His run support, obviously, his tackling. If he's looking to grow his game, I would want to see him play center field at some point to see how he operates in open space. But I think he's a rover. I think he's a true rover safety. He could probably play over the nickel and zone, things like that. But I also don't think he's necessarily a box safety. Like I don't want to put him. Hey, he's 6'5", 228.
You want to see him do some of the things that Derwin did at a certain
I don't think
point.
they're physically.
I don't think they're. Yeah, I don't think they're the same player.
I'm not saying that, but you want to see what Derwin did.
I don't want to
Like
see
Derwin-
James come off the edge.
Huh?
I don't want to see James come off the edge. Right?
Okay, well now we talking about something completely. Like, yeah.
No, I'm just saying. Like,
But when Derwin came off the edge, but we can talk about what we used to send Ramsey off the edge.
what I'm saying is that I don't want him to be. I wouldn't want to see him be treated as a true nickel, right? A nickel does all that shit. I think you have a guy that's 6'5" with a big wingspan, and there's value in doing this and taking up a lot of space and covering ground, right?
So why don't you want him to come off the edge though?
Because I think he'd be better in coverage. I think that.
I mean, every
body
now
type,
and
you
then,
can
just
cover.
having that threat.
I don't think you need it. Not from him. Find somebody else to do it. Find a twitchy little, you know what I'm saying, Malik Curtis, one of these guys to shoot off the edge on the fire.
I'm talking about when you. Well,
You
all
know
right. So
what I'm
maybe
saying?
I'm thinking about when he goes to the NFL, but yeah,
Maybe in the NFL. Maybe in the NFL. You know,
like you would love to have a guy like him in the NFL. Like having a guy like, is he an Isaiah Simmons type? Yeah, but I don't even know what Isaiah Simmons is to the Cardinals right now.
No, I don't think he's like
Isaiah Simmons is being misutilized by the Cardinals right now.
Isaiah was a better twitchier athlete than James. He was not a more instinctual football player than James at all.
Nope.
At all. He was putting.
And I say that right now, like even as what I see from James, instincts wise, is far better than what I've ever saw from Isaiah Simmons at all.
Isaiah was a basically a pocket rocket. You know what I'm saying? Ready to go. That's not James. James is a very instinctive football player, and deserves a lot of love on the back end. I do want to see him grow a lot though, Alo, for sure. For sure.
I don't, but whatever.
Do you
He can grow when he get to the NFL.
Sure.
defense? So we're talking about y'all secondary. What about your line? Let's just go down. What about your linebackers?
I told y'all this early summer. I got to see it. Like you can't be what we were last year at linebacker and assume that anything's going to change.
Did you bring anybody in that changes that room?
Well, we brought in the kid from UCLA who looks like a little bit of a thumper there at the middle linebacker position. I think Keontre Smith, hopefully with some good coaching, can take off a little bit. But everybody else, man, is just, again, it's yet to be seen. I want to see Wesley play. I'd love to see Wesley play. I'd love to see Wayman Steed play more. I like what he looked like.
I think at this point you kind of have to put Wesley out there, don't you?
You gotta let him get snaps.
Yeah, that kid.
You gotta let him get snaps.
And the kid that we couldn't close on. And I like Wesley. Wesley's another one that I liked. I just always always knew he wasn't coming here.
Y'all was kind of crazy to come on, bro.
I tried to tell everybody that he wasn't, but they listen to the FSU media tell him that, I'm crystal balling him to Florida State, and I'm like, he's not coming to Florida State.
They had him.
Whatever.
I listened to Alo.
His head coach is freaking Roland Smith, dog.
Bro, I tried to tell people where this guy was going, but anyway, I think. I know
he was the one who had the announcement at a UN bar.
No, that was
who was that?
That was the kid that ended up flipping a Bama the corner. I forget the kid's name now. The 6'2" quarter out of Alabaster, Alabama. I forget his name. Traquan Fagans.
Where was Wesley's announcement at, though?
Flipped? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Traquan Fagans.
Where was Wesley's announcement then?
I think it was at the house, in Miami.
Yeah, I think he just did something like at the school or something.
Goddamn.
Right.
I think Wesley did it at the school or something. But anyway, I know talking to you, you're not very high on the linebackers. So I think
I like Wesley Bissaint's.
Hey, question.
You got it.
I want some real honest answers. Is y'all secondary better than ours?
Right, based off what we've seen so far. Is that what you're saying? Do we project
player for player?
Player for player, yeah, that's what we're looking at. Player for player.
Talent wise, I'd say yes. We play shit though, so it doesn't matter. You have a talented secondary.
I'll be honest with you, bro. The only guy in your secondary that I think I would want is James. I like Avonte, but I don't think Avonte's that much different.
What is James doing for them though? Because they've lined him up.
I don't care. He's 6'5", 230. So I really don't care.
Bro, he doesn't line up at linebacker. Bro.
I don't care what he's doing.
I don't know where y'all lining him up at. Y'all done moved him around. Y'all did line him up at linebacker, bro.
We've lined him up in a box.
But he was lined up as if he was a middle linebacker, hands on knees, like what are you doing?
Okay.
I get what you're saying, bro, but
okay. I've seen him in the box. He's not lining up at Mike for us or anything like that.
He had his hands on his knees in the middle of the goddamn field.
Yeah, I mean that happens. It's not a lot.
I'm just saying.
AJ, I respect y'all's opinion a lot, but I think those three safeties, maybe not last year would have started anywhere, but those are all high level safeties. I just think they're uber talented. It's just my opinion.
Okay.
I think Tyreek.
So you think they're better than Jamie?
I don't care about Jamie. I don't think he's bad. What? If we're talking about pure talent, bro, these kids are freaking talented.
Like you said, what have they done on the field?
But that's what that's why I ask my questions, because if you can have talented guys that play poorly, that happens, right? That happens all the time, right? So you can have a guy, I don't know who it is for y'all, right? But if you were to ask,
Jamie ain't Akeem or our safeties right now.
But again, your guys right now is, who is it? Travis J, right?
No,
Like,
he's not
y'all
a
look-
starter. No, stop.
But
Travis
hear me
J
out.
is not in
But
our
hear me
five
out.
in the
Hear
starting
me
five.
out. Is he talented as hell? Yes or no?
Again, he
Yeah,
looks
he's
the part.
talented.
But
Looks
when
the
he
part.
gets on the field, does he play well?
Hasn't
He's all
yet.
right.
No.
No,
Okay, then.
he's average at best.
So, like I said, if
In the
we're,
words
we're
of Kevin Samuels, he's average at best.
well,
So our
if-
linebackers, you would if Miami's linebackers, Florida State linebackers.
listen, I'll take FIU's linebackers. over our linebackers. we was trash at line. I mean, and it's
I'll
not
let you.
enough
You
on
didn't
the
answer
field.
the
We didn't
question,
play
but
well.
I'll give you that. You didn't answer the
All right,
question.
so our linebackers
So-
are better, but
So let's go to D line because we haven't talked about your D line.
I take my D line,
yeah.
What part of your D line
Why?
exactly?
especially after the additions. I take it.
Which
What
additions?
what additions?
The additions in the portal.
Okay, who?
You taking Liechtenstein and those guys over
There's
Burns?
Liechtenstein. There's I always forget this kid's name. The nose 6'6", 320 nose out of Maryland. I think he visited y'all, by the way.
He's a big body, but
y'all.
He is a physical freak.
he's a big body.
Okay.
Bro.
So you're talking person for person, talent for talent. I like our D line. I love it.
Okay.
I love it. I love the depth now.
You
We
love
had
it.
one
I think
guy up there at the
Liechtenstein
beginning.
gets playing time over him.
I think Liechtenstein is the fourth guy coming into that rotation.
I think it's
at
Leonard
best.
Taylor and nothing else out there.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
your
Leonard
opinion.
Taylor is head and shoulders above everybody
I think
else.
it's Leonard
Taylor.
Taylor.
It's your
and nothing else.
opinion.
And then you
It's
hope.
your opinion.
So are you? Because I like Leonard Taylor to get drafted.
Uh-huh.
I think he's
Who's
good
your
enough to
edge
get drafted.
rushers?
Yeah,
It's gonna probably be the African. I just like saying that.
The African.
The African from UCLA. He looks dope. And then Jafari Harvey. But then you got Chance Williams there giving them shots too. I love Chance. Chance plays good ball. Chance just isn't flashy for me. Chance plays really good ball though.
I like Chance.
So
I've
are
actually
you taking the
watched
African?
Chance.
Would you take the African over Verse?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have not watched anything from Jared Verse, to be honest with you. So I'm not gonna make that statement.
It seemed like ain't nobody seen Jared Verse except everybody in college football.
Okay. Can you
Like
show me something?
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, bro.
You think I woke up yesterday and was like, oh man, let me look up Jared Verse highlights.
I'm not saying that, but he was on y'all radar, right?
He was on everybody's radar. I said I haven't watched him.
Okay.
I said
Well, I just want to be clear that he was on college football's radar and he was the top edge.
Do you think that freshman you
transfer,
guys got? He probably doesn't play this year, huh?
Moss?
Yeah.
No.
Who?
I mean,
He's very small coming out.
he's gonna get his 4 games before his red shirt.
What
just
about
like I
your
think
the guy
guys
you
in
got out of
Equal-
UAB? What you think about him?
He's a rotation guy.
Okay, I'm glad. I just want your opinion because I had guys like Mark telling me that that guy out of UAB was the next
Messidor.
Phillips.
My understanding with
You know what I could
Messidor
really go for
is
this?
that Messidor is likely going to be a 5 or a 3 tech. That's
Okay.
my understanding on Messidor. He's not a
You
true
make me a
edge.
sandwich.
Not in this defense either.
Hey y'all, she gonna make me a sandwich.
Okay. What kind of sandwich? Turkey?
You know,
We got some
DS,
roast beef
our
and,
defensive
turkey.
coordinator, our linebackers coach last year
I'm very excited about this sandwich.
is, I think, the defensive coordinator at Incarnate Word in San Antonio. So that's the kind of quality we had at coach and linebacker last year.
Wait, y'all took a guy from there? Wait, what happened?
Our linebackers coach is now
Terrence, in my
coaching
line, didn't
the
Mark say
University of
like
Illinois.
Moultrie was the next Jalen Phillips?
I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
he was like
You didn't see it because you weren't on here.
But I didn't say that. I would never co-sign that either.
He was all on Moultrie.
He
He
was
like
all on
Moultrie is the
Moultrie's
shit. Like
nuts.
he said Moultrie was better than what we got at
He was all over
Florida
his
State.
nuts. I just want to be clear.
He was better
all
than
over his
Verse.
nuts.
Respectfully, y'all can entertain some stuff. Bro.
What
I'm
Moultrie better
not
than
doing
Verse?
He said
Who?
so.
Moultrie was better than Verse, bro.
Bro, why
That's
is
what we was
these
told.
porn sites so obsessed with me tonight?
Terrence, you need to log off that, bro. You bring
Bro, yeah, one of y'all I think is watching porn low key.
Bro, this
on
my
the
work
side.
computer. I know it ain't me. I'm good
So
over
you
here.
on the work computer.
I'm good over here. We good.
Now, yeah, I don't think Messidor.
Yeah,
is
see
a
what he
real
was
shooter.
gassing up UAB and he was gassing up that
Yeah.
program.
Talk
like that
about
program-
UAB as a program is way better than Albany. I was like, yo, UAB was about to shut down in 2014.
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Like they was like, yeah, we gonna call it quits. Like we go fold this shit up.
He said, "Don't put words in." Bro,
Hey.
I remember you saying it.
Yeah, I'm not for that kind of behavior.
But Okay, there's your defense. Has your O line improved this year?
I
Hell
think
no.
so
Or
dramatically.
is it still the same guys?
I think so
What did you guys
dramatically.
add?
It's improved dramatically.
I think so dramatically.
Would you put your O line above ours?
I don't watch y'all that much right now. I haven't seen y'all spring game yet.
I don't really want to get into ours versus.
I think we're gonna
yours.
run the football better.
I just want to know who you
You run the
add.
football
like,
better?
What? Give me some players that I should look.
We added
on your
one of a few Samoans, but we added
A couple Samoans.
Sepaga.
Y'all gonna
how you
add- y'all-
pronounce that? Hold
y'all
on.
got that Samoan dude over there, so y'all gonna keep adding them Samoans.
Hold on. Yeah, I mean that's the way to go for O line. But we added
Hold on, give me a minute.
Sapagala or whatever his name is.
Yeah, you know
really,
that motherfucker can block.
Really, what happens is we got great play out
With
of
a last
Jalen
name
Rivers.
like that, you know he can block.
Yeah, but you have him. I think he's going to end up starting at a guard.
Would you say center was your weakness last year?
Mayo and mustard.
Did I?
Baby.
No, I'm asking you. I feel like I heard that from Miami's players before that.
Was
I think
center
didn't your starting center like get hurt for the year or something, and you guys were playing a guy that wasn't. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I heard that somewhere before. That
our biggest, in my opinion, our biggest weakness was that right guard, right tackle. That was my opinion.
Okay.
Navon Donaldson, good kid, loved the kid. He just never grew into himself.
Sound like Maurice Smith.
And I'm guessing one of those Samoans takes that spot, right?
So he comes in at right guard, Ja'Kai Clark at center. Jalen Rivers will be back. Can't wait to see him back healthy. That's the left guard.
Still got your tackle.
Zion Nelson as well. The right tackle position is iffy for me. They're saying they like Scaife. I didn't like Scaife too much at right tackle, but they just like his tenacity, I guess. But you're gonna see a lot of single gap scheme from these guys, a lot of GT counter, all that stuff like that. Like the run game is gonna be diverse. They're gonna be way better than they were last year. Way better. Mark. I don't think Donaldson ever really took care of himself or worked on his body. Like at 355, if he just got strong and leaned himself out to 320, he'd be a monster at 6'5". He just never did that,
Got to do more better.
Hey, guess what, Marcus? Jermaine Johnson, a first-round pick, beat a college offensive tackle. Big fucking deal.
Like, I don't want to hear that. He was a college he was college when he did it.
What the fuck is he supposed to do?
Shut up.
What the fuck is he supposed to do?
Shut up.
All right.
Shut up.
Y'all got to be crazy right now.
So you knew he was first round pick when it happened. Thank you, baby.
Is that what he was?
I think at that point we kind of knew Jermaine was first round. But by the time we played Miami, I think we kind of knew what we had there.
Come on, bro.
What about your receivers?
You know how I feel about that. You already know how I feel about that. We got to find a guy. I still don't see a guy yet.
So
y'all got somebody better than Destin Hill?
Who?
Hey,
the hell is that?
Listen, if for some reason I'm in
Who is
Louisiana and I find Destin Hill, I'm taking a picture with him.
Hey,
you have to.
At this
point, you have to take a picture
somebody's
with
prison
him.
system or something.
I need to know if he's a person for real, the way y'all be talking about.
That's real talk. What about Ladson, that guy, the dude from Clemson? He hasn't done anything or shown any flashes?
He's a height, weight, speed guy. But again, who's going to step up and be a number one? That's just what the conversation becomes, right? You have to have a number one guy at receiver, or else you're just a really good running football team, which is what we project to be. And that's what's missing, That's what's missing.
So before I get into the other positions, is it possible, does TVD make that room better? Like, can he, I don't know, upgrade a guy? Like, how much of Rambo helped? Obviously, I think Rambo definitely helped TVD because Rambo was a redshirt senior or whatever. Sure. So he obviously helped him. But can he elevate that room? I guess is what I'm asking you. Can TVD elevate that room?
Well,
maybe you don't have a number one guy, but doesn't matter if you have what some people say, is one of the better quarterbacks in the country.
If you're looking at projections, you got to think so, right? In terms of how good he actually is or actually will be. Can he elevate a receiver? If we go to the numbers from Mr. Rambo, while I find them, at least the game log, and he had a monster season, right?
Yeah, pretty good season.
Rambo's first big game was Michigan State. So, I mean, I'll say this, right? Tyler Van Dyke takes over, And then what does Rambo have? 99, 35, then 127, 101, 210, 95, 116, 101. So they found something together, right? And I mean,
They,
the
they
deep ball was
definitely had a
clicking very
chemistry.
well.
Yeah, they definitely
Yeah,
had a
I mean,
chemistry.
and Rambo, and this is no knock on him being a good football player, but the NFL didn't view him as being a top tier talent, right?
Right.
Even though he was the guy that TVD connected with, he didn't view him as being that. So, did they elevate each other?
That's
in a
my
way?
point, though, right? You say you don't really see it.
I
there.
don't know.
So
I mean, when
does it
Tyler was
matter?
cooking, he was cooking. He was cooking. I mean, I think it's a matter of finding a guy he can connect with on the deep ball. I'll say that. If he can find a guy that can get that deep ball going for him, then that's his guy, because that's how he made his money last year. But is he going to get a guy to the first round, or drafted that doesn't belong being drafted? I don't know that yet.
Probably not. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
That's tough.
Is Ladson going to be elevated like that?
I'm thinking my thoughts on Ladson was that he comes in.
Is Redding still there?
So yeah, I think
What
so.
happened with Redding, bro?
He stayed hurt.
I was huge on him coming out of high school, man.
He stays hurt, bro. He stays hurt. Every time I've heard anybody talk about Michael Redding, it was surrounding an injury.
That's crazy. That's sad.
It sucks for the kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adrian, I don't think we haven't seen the guy he developed that connection with, and we probably won't for a while. But in talking about Tyler, like, we saw the deep ball go crazy. I know Gaddis is going to force him to check down, right? It's going to force him to read deep to short, and make sure you complete a ball, not just take a shot downfield for efficiency's sake. You get what I'm saying? So you're probably going to see a guy like, Xavier Restrepo become more valuable. Jacoby George probably become even more valuable, because he's going to need somebody to connect with in the intermediate in this game.
Does Gaddis value his tight ends?
Absolutely.
So you expect a big year from those? Because I think you have a pretty good tight end room, right?
Yeah, but I think what you're going to see more from them is the snap count versus the targets, right? So I think you're going to see a lot of 12 personnel. We incorporated, if y'all watched the spring game, which you probably didn't, which is fine.
Yeah, I did.
A whole lot of H-back work, basically glorified fullbacks in there, were tight ends. So he finds ways to sprinkle them in all over the field, which is what I wish we did more of last year. So do they get a lot of catches? I don't know. But does he highlight what they do well? Yeah, absolutely.
So, Alo, the question goes to you: which tight end room?
That's easy.
I'll take Miami's tight end room.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna mince words there. Fuck our tight end room. We don't know what the fuck we're doing in our tight end room.
And what are you doing at wide receiver?
Excuse my language. Us?
You going with us on wide receivers?
Oh, I don't know. I think that's a wash. I think we have a bunch of unknowns, but we have a lot of unique bodies. Like, we got a lot of they brought some big boys in that wide receiver.
Sure.
Some 6'4" guys, 6'7" guys. Some guys with some speed. I like Winston Wright, and I think he's going to be ready for the season. So
they called your boy from Arizona State a receiver. I'm pretty convinced that he's out there to block for screens.
Wilson, tight end.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's out there to block for RPOs and run the go route. Like,
that's what he did. That's what he did at Arizona. So
yeah, like that's the only skill set you need.
That's what he makes.
All right, so I'm taking our wide receiver room.
I think our wide receiver room is much improved. The problem is nothing's been proven yet. You know what I'm saying? So
on both sides. But if you guys,
but I'm optimistic about it for sure.
You
QB room is
body type, huh?
But I think we all consensus on QB room being UM. But
yes,
running backs.
Miami
has a good running back room. I'm not gonna lie. I actually think that's the best position group on their team,
without a doubt.
Are they that much better than that?
But I don't think our running back room is anything to sniff at. But I'm only here to tell the truth. So
yeah,
which one do you take then?
I think Trey Benson kind of makes this a harder question. Depending on what he actually gives us, because it's all speculation from Trey Benson at this point. I know what he looks like.
That's the kid from Oregon, right?
Yeah. That's like 6'2", 215, 220. Mm-hmm. Big kid. Definitely flashed in the spring. He's big and fast and strong and all of those things. So if he can give you Jay Sean Corbin production, then I
We
like our
it's
running
different.
back. You know, then we're talking about something.
Because basically, if we came back with Ward and Corbin, we'd a better
Yeah, if
running back
Corbin
group.
had came back, I mean, again, this is still is a lot. Trey Benson, a lot of kind of depends on him.
Did Corbin
Miami's
left
got.
early?
Yeah, he went to the league, which I don't blame him. He plays for the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize he was out early. I thought he like was done.
He was only a junior last year, so he
okay.
would, with running backs. I think with running backs, man, go as soon as you can go.
Yeah, that clock. I got you.
Get your money.
Yeah, go as soon as you can go. So.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, no, I mean, I take. I'm just going through numbers here. Obviously, we couldn't block for shit last year, but I definitely like our guys in the backfield.
I mean, our O line wasn't world beaters either, so don't do that.
I mean, your O line didn't show up to the pro day and do 9 reps at 225 at 355 pounds either. All right, so
it's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's garbage.
You can't make that up. That's a starting guard.
Yeah.
He wasn't feeling good.
Yeah, he wasn't something. That's crazy.
But no, I like Miami's O line room though, for real. Not O line room, sorry, running backs.
Yeah.
I think y'all got some Jalen Knighton. I think y'all got some guys, man.
If y'all actually go watch, I mean, the context in which we run the football now is going to be very.
And then knowing that Mario is going to run the ball, like, you should expect some numbers out of that room.
He's going to force the issue. I would say the number, if he has a really good year running the ball, the number total is around 2,000 yards. That's probably what he's banking on, right?
So Knighton does how much? 1,200.
If I could just say something real quick, when you say 2,000 yards in a college season, assuming that it's 12 games, it's not really a crazy number.
Well, no, it's not a crazy number.
Okay, I'm
especially
not
when you're
2,000-yard rusher. I'm saying as a team.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, because
you're not talking to an idiot.
Is Knighton a 1,000-yard rusher? Is what I'm asking.
I don't think Knighton's a 1,000-yard rusher because I think Knighton's used in different ways. He's going to catch the ball at the backfield. Yeah. He's going to be like that.
Because he showed up.
Could he have? And that's what I keep trying to tell people. And Jerg might not agree. He probably doesn't. Knighton and Toafili are two guys who have very similar skill sets, and they're going to use them in very similar ways. And Knighton might have a close to 1,000 yards of total offense. How many yards did Knighton have his rushing last year?
Only 585 last year. That's 561.
That's rushing yards, right?
Correct. So
what about receiving yards?
280 receiving in 8 games.
So about 700 total yards, roughly.
841.
841 total yards.
And 11 touchdowns.
So 1,000 yards total for Knighton is not out of the realm of possibility.
No, and that's in 8 games. That's 8 out of 12 games, right? So I mean, he has a chance for a monster year, but I think Henry Parrish is going to get his good looks. And
what you think about that, Terrence?
Yes.
I agree. I said 35. This. If we don't put 80 on fucking Dune whatever they are, Dunkin' Donut University.
You know what I'm more? Hey, you want me to tell you the truth? If we don't have 2 to 3 turnovers in the first half, I'm worried. That's what I'm worried about.
Now you're kind of getting into situations.
Well, hold on, because
just put 80 points on the board, and all that other stuff doesn't matter. Say it again, Jerg.
Turnovers aren't necessarily.
Yeah, it's not indicative. It's not indicative, bro, of a good team or not.
Wait, hold on. Is Duquesne a reboot?
What do you mean?
Is this their first season of football?
I don't think so. I think they're a basketball school, but I
they're definitely a basketball school.
I think they've been around for a little while.
Hold on.
But you could be right. Bro, I don't know anything about the university, to be quite honest.
Oh, shit.
They might be UAB.
Yeah, it might be.
They're the Dukes, right? The Dukes of Duquesne?
I think so, yeah.
Really?
It's spelled, it's spelled like Dunquise. Like there's a Q in there somewhere, and
if they're a reboot, we
no, they went 7-5 last year or something like that.
Okay, because I can't find their.
I don't give a fuck what they went. They still Duquesne.
No, okay, I agree.
They went 7-3. Hold on, they went 7-3. They lost to TCU 45.
Bro, they got Sacred Heart on their fucking schedule.
Hold on. They lost to TCU by how much?
They lost to TCU 45-3.
Okay. What did they play any other teams that were worth
They didn't play any P5, but they played University of Ohio, beat them 28-26.
Ooh, that was a close game for them.
I'm
Okay.
about to go watch a Duquesne
So
game.
if TCU
No,
put
they
45
beat
to 3.
Ohio. They beat Ohio.
Yeah,
So
that's what I said.
I'm just saying it's interesting.
who the hell are the Knight Riders? Is that Duquesne? Are they the Knight Riders? Because John
No,
Shields.
they're the Dukes, bro.
What the hell is? I don't know what the hell John Shields talking about. But
They're Dukes, but
yeah, I need at least 30 something, 35 at half.
50 to 60 point win.
I need 30. I need 35 at half. And if you tell me it's whole second half we're playing the backups, I'm cool with that. And maybe we only.
I need a 50-point win.
I mean, I hear you.
So hold on.
I don't need them to score. They better not score. I know that. If they scoring if they scoring, Adam Fuller should get fired. If they score more than 10 points,
Adam Fuller should get fired anyway.
Okay, Terrence, but we think we got a good secondary. We think this linebacker unit finna be well improved.
We should have a top 20 defense.
So if we have a top 20 defense, should Adam Fuller be fired? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Charles Kelly had a way more talent than Adam Fuller has, and he was putting up doo-doo defenses.
I mean, well,
I'm asking you.
Charles Kelly too. But
I'm asking you. I asked this question to Florida State fans.
I think we should be a top 25 defense.
Okay, if
Hold
we
on. Are we talking total defense? Or are we talking scoring defense? Like
scoring.
Okay.
I was talking total defense.
Okay.
I'm talking scoring.
So what?
And I'm talking even based on schedule too. If we go look at the schedule, yeah, we should have a top 25 scoring defense.
So can hold on. So where were y'all last year?
They finished in the top 450 or 40, which was a mass improvement from the previous year. So
agree. So in yards per game, right? It was 66 in yards per game, right? If we go to yards, hold on. I gotta find it. You said points per game, right? Hold on.
Yeah, points per game. Yards, we were 66, which makes it. Charles Kelly was Jimbo's cuckold.
Hold on, let's see.
That's why these porn sites keep coming on here, because the comments like that.
I thought I was supposed to be at work laptop, Terrence. What you got going on over there?
Excuse me?
Huh? What?
It ain't me.
What?
Oh, that's DF.
I'm good over here.
So what was our point? Because I haven't even looked that up.
So okay, so 68. So middle of the pack in the country. So you're setting the bar to first, and I can talk bad defense because I know bad defense, obviously.
Right.
So you're setting the bar after losing Jermaine Johnson.
So go ahead, finish. I'll let you finish.
Right. Everybody else stays, but you lose that guy, right? To moving from 68 to top 20.
So I want to put everything in
context. Should we not be better than Wyoming?
Hold on. Chill out. Let me finish, Terrence.
You don't play Wyoming schedule.
I know. I'm just.
When you put it into context, the season for Florida State really flipped that after that Louisville defensively after Louisville.
Sure.
If you go watch us before that, yeah, our defense was the same that it was like Wake Forest torched us. Louisville was torching us. And then I don't know what happened. There's some rumors that Randy being involved in actual play calling on defense happened. Which would be even more of an indictment on Adam Fuller, in my opinion. But here we are. I think by the end of the season, that defense was not 66. I think is the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
But no, I don't think it's out of the realm. I know it sounds maybe crazy when you put those numbers up there. I don't think it's crazy to think, because we were like 100 and something the previous year.
Yeah.
So we made the jump up,
stupid.
which is stupid. So we made the jump up to the, like you said, middle of the pack. So I don't think, if you're talking about, top 20 is interesting to me. If you just a top 30, bro, I'm excited about. that.
Right.
Not gonna lie to you.
Top 25, like I'm saying, top 25.
Yeah,
man.
I hear you.
So hold on.
I would like to see us re-ranked in the top 25 overall as well. To me, that's a return to like relevance.
Yeah, finishing ranked for once would be great, wouldn't it?
So if you guys
I remember when that wasn't the problem.
Right.
So if you
Even
guys
in the
finish
dark
out
ages.
with how you finished down that stretch, which you said post Louisville, right?
Yeah.
So post Louisville, you guys averaged defense gave up 23 a game.
which
So, yeah.
is about a top 20-ish defense. If you go by that number, I think that probably gets you in top 30 for sure.
So if you go based on last year, right? Because it's all subject to change, right? Last year to crack top, basically you have to get to 20.5 points a game.
To be
That's
top
Iowa
20.
State. Yeah, that's Iowa State.
And we were at 23. So you see the improvement. is my point.
Yeah. I'm not disproving that point. I'm just saying that. So the climb is cutting down a field goal a game.
Right.
Cutting down a field goal scored a game. And that, again, my and maybe putting it the way I did isn't fair, but I just say you're missing that guy now, right? So
and
you
I
have to
don't
replace that
disagree.
production.
I don't disagree about Jermaine, but
there she go.
What do you have any thoughts on Tatum, Bethune, Jerg? I know Miami wanted him.
Sure. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch him.
I didn't watch him either, but
yeah, I didn't watch him. I mean, look, it sounds to me like you're getting, from what I hear, sounds like another South Florida linebacker. Like he's gonna scrape, he's gonna hit people.
My whole point is,
I mean,
the baby's on the camera.
Yeah, she made
and
it.
she getting big. She's
queen.
way bigger than
she's
what
still 11 pounds, man.
Bro, she's bigger than what I saw when I was there last
year.
She like she getting fat. She getting fat.
It's the face.
But yeah, man, South Florida linebacker. Like, my whole thing is he's an upgrade to what we had last year. So you can't tell me that
he's not Lundy.
Right, he's not right. So
yeah,
I would
just like, I think all of us, you should walk in with high expectations, right? Like, well, especially for you guys, the situation is different. It's like, get it together or get the hell out, right? And for us, it is, man, this better look better than it did last year. You get what I'm saying? It better have some signs of promise.
Well, Mario's not under any type of.
No, he's not.
He ain't got no pressure.
No, Mario has zero pressure. No. The only way
he's your guy. Like,
he would have to.
Aren't y'all paying him like $8 million a fucking year?
Yeah, he's getting like 8.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
He would have to completely bomb year one,
which he won't.
Which he won't, because your schedule isn't even tough.
Y'all have to go defeated. Like,
no, not even that. No, when I say bomb it, like he would have to go 7 or win 7 or 6 games.
Yeah,
that would be
in terrible fashion.
Yeah, that would be a total like disappointment for them.
Yeah,
because there's no. I mean, you do play Clemson this year, but I think your 3 toughest games are.
It's call it what it is. It's A&M, it's Clemson, it's Florida State.
That's what I was gonna say, but there is North Carolina factor. Y'all haven't beat them the last couple years. Is my point. I don't know where you rank them.
Ever look at a North. I don't know why I do this, but I never look at North Carolina and say, "Man, that's worrisome." I just don't.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
It's like you either play a good game or you play a bad game.
I hear you.
That's it with North Carolina. They're not going to do anything to you unless you play bad.
It's just that you haven't beaten them, so I don't know how you look at that game. It's like obviously it's probably a must win, right? Obviously it's probably a must win.
Right.
So somebody asked this earlier, Jerg, what's your record? What y'all in the year at?
I'm gonna settle on 9-3 for the year.
Yeah, it's a 3 scheduled game season. Yeah, like it's literally it's a 3 scheduled season for them.
Yeah.
So
I'd settle on 9-3, and I think we talked about this earlier. If
ACC championship game appearance or no?
Depends on who the 3 or 2, right? I mean, assuming that 2 were used
at 9-3 in the Coastal, probably
you should be.
Yeah.
Right. Unless Pittsburgh does Pittsburgh things.
Who's your out of conference games?
Texas A&M, I think Bethune
and
So
Southern Miss.
and Southern Miss.
Yeah.
So
so
nobody.
maybe y'all lose to Texas A&M, right? Maybe.
That's
Oh
still a
shit.
weird game for me.
She
Well, then,
cutting
hold
up.
on.
What did you do to her?
Hey.
That might be the sign, man.
Yeah, it might be about that time.
Well,
That might be about that
damn.
sign. Yeah.
Well, I
She
mean,
was
it is
like,
going
I
on.
don't like
We
it.
are on 3 hours plus.
She's like,
so.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see, is she good now? But
As soon as you start talking, she's
hey,
not having it.
baby, you
Uh-huh.
good? Can Papa say? Maybe she ain't like what I was saying.
Hey, now you see he go by Papa now. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, it be what it be.
Like they say, we niggas
Pop,
get
hey,
niggas get
Papa
kids
Phoenix.
and think they dads now.
You got to earn that, boy.
You got just because you got a kid don't make you a dad, son.
You can't tell her nothing.
Uh-huh. All right, man.
But we'll wrap it up, man. Terrence got the baby. It's almost midnight,
Yeah, man.
so definitely call it a night.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Sorry I was late to y'all boys, but next time.
I got the elixir though, so
Get you a new laptop or something. I don't know.
Yeah, soon enough, bro.
I actually got a couple extra ones, bro. Let me know.
Just tell DF, send me that money you owe me real quick. And then
Ooh.
DF, give Jerg his money, apparently.
Ooh. So just so y'all know, y'all see that background that Alo got right now.
Now that's gonna change. All that's gonna change. But yeah.
So for that LSU game, y'all might see something like that.
Okay.
We might go with that kind of light. We might do that. Hopefully everybody get to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Hopefully
on a Sunday, right?
Is it Sunday?
The 4th?
Well, Alo will figure it out. If at some point this season,
that game's on the 4th, right?
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm pretty sure that game's on the 4th.
Yep.
Is that Sunday or Monday?
No, it's Sunday the 4th. I've already reserved that day off.
Yeah, we should be good.
Yeah.
Reserve that day.
Because even if I do have to work,
what you mean?
Even if I do have to work,
from family.
Even if I do have to work, I'll be off by the time that game starts. So
cool.
So we'll be here, hopefully.
I should have Monday off anyway, so
might want to take it off because we'll have a good time. Enjoy it. If maybe we'll even get Boxing Monster to show up.
He claimed he got too many enemies. He's not showing his face on no camera.
He won't show his face. Maybe he'll be sitting on the couch watching the game in the background.
We can make that happen. If he bout it, he probably ain't about it, but we can make that happen.
But he said he owe you shit, Jerg.
No, he's definitely lying. He owes me like $1,000.
$1,000.
Goddamn.
That's fighting words. I don't even know why we still talking about that.
Hey, shit. Like, I mean, we gotta pull up addresses. Like, $1,000. Like, I'm offended.
Yeah, it was. At the time, it wasn't hilarious, but
it wasn't, bro. Like when I went back and looked at I was like, "Yo, I see the pain."
Oh, that's right. He said he's gonna be in New Orleans.
Hey, if you gonna be in New Orleans, hey, that's what's up, man. Enjoy yourself. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it.
Yeah.
It was better off. Well, for me, obviously, you see this one.
I got this new house. I'm broke. I ain't got no money, so.
Yeah. Only person got money is Jerg. So.
He the only one with money, but no laptop, but got money. I don't know.
Ain't got no goddamn laptop. Say he got 4 in the house though.
On that note,
got 2 jobs.
Man. Go ahead and feed that baby.
Laptops.
Looked like she eating. Looked like she was hungry too.
Hey, she finna knock this whole bottle out,
bro. Yeah, she finna knock that bottle out.
I don't know how I got pegged into feeding her the bottle on live, but it is what it is.
My kids are being kind of quiet, so I'm gonna go check on them.
Yeah, something going on.
But all right,
hey,
y'all boys.
Where the dogs at?
The dogs? I ain't got no dogs.
Well, I'll just make sure ain't no dogs involved. Like,
Oh yeah. He'll no, Jerg don't know that story. We'll fill you in later.
Bro, we got some stuff.
I'm not putting that story on the internet.
Don't do it.
I might have damn animal control or something.
Hey, Peter be that kid.
Peter be that showed up at my front door.
Like, what's going on?
No, but all right, y'all.
Man.
Y'all appreciate y'all, man. Yeah. Good night, guys.
We'll talk
soon, man. Take it easy.
All right, y'all. right, y'all. Have a good night. Go Noles, and we out here. It's late.